And man, honestly, the young ones are always like, what else can I take, Pat? Take this. It's like, whoa, how much you taking? Why are you taking that much? It's like, and you haven't got a coach and you don't even know what you're eating? It's like, man, but the kids are destroying themselves, man. Like,
why?
Never do blood work. I don't know. They just think if I'm going to take more gear, I'm just going to get bigger. I was like, it doesn't work like that, man. I made up a little post, said Be Kind Friday, shut someone a coffee, say hi to someone, give someone. And on Fridays, everybody I knew would share that. It'd be crazy. I was like, okay, maybe we've started something here. And then I started making some little cards. So if anyone wanted to get involved, I'd send them the cards free of charge. If they were too scared to go out and do something for someone or buy someone a coffee or buy someone a flower, because a lot of times they're scared for interaction. They say, why are you doing this? You can just give a card. It's like, this is Be Kind Friday. This is what we do. Even a lot of the stories I heard, from story to story, it just made me more upset seeing people hurt. And knowing that they were going to be hurt probably frustrated me more. But then it's like, how can I fix this? Not that it was my duty to fix it, but I felt like I had to do something. Even during the whole COVID times, if someone had COVID, I had everything available, what they needed to recover. And even if I didn't know the person, it didn't matter. I just follow a protocol from a certain doctor overseas. And I said, look, this is what you need to take. I'd pack it all up, send it express post. And I spent a lot of money doing that. And I sent it all over Australia for free. We need to stay away from heavily processed foods, stay away from seed oils primarily, and just eat cleaner, grow what you can, and try detox at the same time as much as you can too.
Why has everything got seed oil in it? Mate, I look at
to make you sick, that's 100%.
No, but
it's a lot of shit.
Hey guys, not to take up too much of your time so we can get straight into the podcast, allow me to thank my sponsors quickly. Macro Foods, you can go to macrofoods.com.au and use code MTP10 to get 10% off all your orders. Nutrition Warehouse, your number one supplement store. You can go to nutritionwarehouse.com.au and you can use code MTP15 to get 15% off. And Alka Power Water, your number one alkaline water, found in many, many stores. Go down into our description and you can find out more. Grew up slim kid, only 58 kilos at 17. That's fucking light.
He's very light.
Started training at 19, started competing at the age of 35. I think that's perfect. Multiple state champion, always willing to help and support. Loves to support friends and athletes, a NABBA judge, Rule 1 ambassador. No lows, just learning curves. Founder and director of Be Kind Friday. Please help me welcome. The hardest thing is juggling everything while maintaining a balanced life. Pat Frusciante.
Yeah, Frusciante. Yeah.
Frusciante?
Yeah, close enough.
How are you, mate?
Good. Yourself?
Very good. Perfect sponsorship.
The plug already, Alka Power.
Alka Power, Steve. We love you.
I did it on purpose.
Your favourite son is in here there. This is, soon they'll name a drink after Pat.
Hopefully they do. But yeah, it's been a journey, like even since my younger days. And I think the reason why I started training, maybe I'm not sure if I should even say this, but I met my now wife when I was 17.
Go ahead.
And it was my mother-in-law that said to me, it's like, Pat, you got to eat. You got to put on weight. You're too skinny.
You're a wog, mate. What do you expect?
Yeah, I know. But then I started training and it's just, from there, it was just like, okay, I enjoy this. I love this, And even back then, like I didn't know what I was doing in the gym. I just went there, pump some iron. And those big Optimum Nutrition bags I used to buy for like $80.
Yes.
Mate, I used to slam through those and just put Nutri-Grain in the blender. That was my diet. Just get as much protein as possible. I had no idea. No idea what I was doing.
But look, perfect start. But don't you think that was the beauty of bodybuilding back then? Now, what I've come to realize now, and unfortunately IG does this to us, it sends us what it thinks we want, but sometimes it's overloaded.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you might look at a car and it starts sending you this car. You look at one bikini girl doing on stage and before you know, you've got all bikinis sent into you. But you're just watching one bikini girl that's competed. Yeah. Before you know it, your wife or someone's look. My phone comes up with pictures. And I go, I don't know what that is. And you're sitting next to someone, a girl, and she's saying, who's that picture?
Yeah.
I guess, I've got no idea. That's from my story feed.
Sure, Steve.
Yeah.
No, but, I think I was like, even growing up training, I think the stigma in the whole gym community changed a fair bit, or maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's just that it's me that's changed. But asking people in the gym that were a lot bigger than me and a lot older than me when I was 17 for advice on how to grow and stuff like that was have more protein shakes. That was their answer.
Mate, they stuck with food, egg whites in the morning.
Yeah, look, and I'm not sure if that was the right way to go, just have more protein. So I was just guzzling the protein. But I think nowadays, when anyone asks me, I'll give them the rundown. This is what you got to do. Diet's so important. He goes, oh, but I eat clean, I eat that. It's like, well, how much calories do you eat? How much do you weigh? Oh, look, but I eat this. I said, so you don't know. I said, you know what? Money best invested in a coach.
Yeah.
So I wish someone told me that. I didn't get a coach, which was Paul Haslam, my very first coach, when I was like 34 or 35.
Yeah.
So I wish I started that maybe when I was 25.
Yeah.
I would have been looking a lot different by the age of 35. So,
but I think as well, like for me, when we went to the gym, I think we went in there like it was a factory.
Yeah.
I don't know if what I recall was, mate, it could be 8:15.
Yep.
8:20. And to drive the gym was 10 minutes, sometimes even half an hour. You know, gyms were far.
Yeah.
And the gym shut at 9. And you still went to go throw in a workout and you ran around just because it's like, what do they call it? A placebo effect. Just because we touched it, we believed it.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We just went in there even... Oh, quickly, man! Let's quickly. We've got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We didn't. And
a bunch of friends. You smash it out. Like my first gym that I trained at for a few years was in Fairfield Heights, Body Action.
Yeah.
And it was like a gym where you just throw shit everywhere. Yeah. Like finish with the weights, just drop plates, drop
put everything. No, put anything back.
We had this old lady that used to work there. Older lady, God rest her soul, she passed away. But Joan. She used to go around, she used to be like 60 or 65 back then, picking up the big 50 kilo dumbbells, putting them away. If you had a little niggling injury, Pat, come here. And she'd sort you out straight away. And this was like the old school's like spirit.
Yeah.
No aircon, fans going. Like you got people going on the balcony having a cigarette halfway through their session. They're coming back to train. It was like just free for all. It was like, eh.
But the thing is, you said it was just fans.
Yeah.
Running. There was no Gymshark.
No.
It was your daggiest. No, it was your either bulk tracksuit.
Yep.
Bulking.
Yeah.
Or your leaning tracksuit.
Yeah, very, very true.
You know what I mean? Because when we bulked, we had bulk. I don't know about you, but I had bulk clothing.
Yeah. So nice and loose.
During winter, I had my jeans that I wore when I was bulking, and then I had my jeans that I wasn't bulking. I had T-shirts that I couldn't wear shirts. I couldn't even button up.
Yeah.
And then there was shirts I could button up. You know what I mean? It was... And
times have changed.
Yeah, but the thing is...
And like I think the actual gyms themselves, the way they're presented now, right, is... And like you said, Instagram, social media played a big part in that. Like we honestly used to sit down at Fairfield Gym. There used to be a lounge and magazines, bodybuilding magazines. Yeah. And like we'd flick through and goes, oh, look at this guy, look at that. And that's how it was. And we always used to talk to each other, you know?
Well, the thing was as well, when I used to go in, right, we all knew was 3 sets of 10.
Yeah.
That was the fundamental 3 sets of 10. No one knew 15s, 20s.
Yeah. Slow reps,
but the ones that did know that stuff, they were predominantly elites, pro bodybuilders.
Yeah.
That was a full-time career and they would study it to the nth degree.
Yeah,
What did we know, right?
Yeah.
What did we know? And the other thing was when we went in there, we like sometimes we ridiculously did progressive overload. Like sometimes you'd load up your bench press. You're lucky to do 2 reps and you go to mate, before you went on, your mate goes, how many do you want to do? And you go, 10. And you can't go to 2, but your mate still pushed you to 10. Your mate still pushed you to 10.
I think that was a good thing back then because I remember when we started training, we used to train with like 4 or 5 friends, right? And on the way to gym, Red Bull, go to the gym, bang, and just push, and we wanted to beat our friend, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It can be a good thing, can be a bad thing, can lead to injuries and stuff like that, ego lifting, but that's how it was, just raw, like you said.
But but what I'm saying is you learned by looking at the guy next to you who knew what they were doing, but also when you saw your mate growing faster than you went, politely, you wanted to compete against him.
Yeah.
You never said it out loud to him, but you wanted to, and then you started learning the little tricks about the diets and the protein shakes. And like you said, but the thing is we did bicep curls with a massive swing, cheat grips, cheat movement, cheat movements, all these little things, principles. But because I guess we just didn't know, but it's actual fact, to grow muscle will take 5 years.
Yeah.
So rather than coming and getting it, 10 years.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is rather than try to master it in the first month.
Yeah, but
see if you can be there for the first year.
Yeah, but like, and I think it's understanding the growth phase too of how much muscle you can put on. Like, I have young ones coming up to me all the time. It's like, Pat, what can I do? You know, I want to put on this much size. Like, whoa, how much size? Because I just want to put on like 10 kilos. I said, do you want to know realistically how long it's going to take you to put on 10 kilos? Like, yeah. As I mean, eating right, doing everything in line, program in check, probably 2 to 3 kilos of raw muscle, pure raw muscle, a year.
Yeah.
Because, I said, yeah. I said, that's how long it takes. So 10 years, you might put on 25, 30 kilos of solid muscle. But it's not, I just want 10. I don't want to be too big. Trust me, you're not going to be too big because it's not going to happen like that.
And I think, and I think as well, and Dorian Yates said this. He goes, the gyms aren't gyms, they're fitness studios now. Like, a gym was slamming weights, moving, but now you can go in and do whatever you want. But I think where the gym is not it's still a great place. I love the gyms.
I think the gym has changed in a way that it's not just a place for lifting weights. It's for people to connect with each other. Sometimes, they're alone. They go there to have a chat, right? Look, which is okay. I love, if everyone that knows me knows that I'm going to the gym, I'm there for 2.5 hours because I'm talking to pretty much everyone between sets, right? That's my time out. I train, but I do talk to people, I love it.
Hey guys, Steve here. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. You know the drill. We'd love you to subscribe. We'd love you to hit the notification bell. Why? It gets us out there, allows us to go and get bigger, better, greater. We've already had some great guests, as you know, but we want to continue this. We want to continue this journey with you. So if you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified each time we put up a new podcast. Thank you for allowing me to take you away from the podcast. Let's get back to it. Well, I find as well, like I said, that's what I'm getting at is it seems like, everybody has the answer. It seems like the gym has become on social media one big anxiety. We're all doing the wrong bicep curl. Yeah. We don't know how to grow the chest. And they've got the secret. Yep. And the funny thing is, a lot of the people that are telling us, when I look at them, I go, I don't know.
I don't want to believe this guy.
He's pretty confident. It's more. I actually, and because we talk about faith, I just go, maybe he's just more confident than me. I don't want to bag him. But I look at it, I go, and sometimes, yes, some of these guys are on freaking the gear, man. They're pumped to the shit house. And I just think to myself, like, it's one big anxiety. Like, am I really doing bicep curls wrong? Am I really doing the chest wrong? Oh my God, is that the secret? But in honesty, do you know the stuff I've really learnt is listening to the past greats. Yeah. And then I realised it still fundamentally works today.
It does. Look, genetics plays a huge part, right? Yeah. Even coming down to competing, right? You'll get people that are trained, look massive. It's like, man, you look great, but you didn't win. It's like, why? Because you're the biggest guy there. Why didn't you win? It's like, sometimes genetically you're not built to be a bodybuilder, like a competitive bodybuilder. Maybe your legs are a bit short. Maybe your torso is a bit long. Maybe you got long arms, right? Yeah. Maybe your X frame is not balanced well. It's like, it's just the way you're built, right? And then sometimes genetically you can be gifted, right? It's like, wow, this guy's just starting, but look at his frame. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like perfect. Yeah. So look, it's great to get in the gym and getting into the competing side of things more. Man, a lot comes from that, body dysmorphia and just in the gym world itself. You can say anxiety, but people always think they're being judged every 20 seconds, which they're not, right? Yeah, it's just in your head. You think it's like, this guy's looking at me, but this guy thinks I've got abs, but I don't, but maybe I should get him. It's like, no. Stop thinking like that.
But I know, but the thing is, like I said, I think that, at one stage, like, let's just be real here, one stage it was a bit overly sexualized. Okay, yeah. Personally. Yeah. Not just by the women, by the men as well. Yeah. Some guys in their undies, like, just overly done. And sometimes the guys should get the right undies, mate. Go buy a pair of Calvins and look like Mucky Muck and the Funky Bunch. If you're going to try anything, try to do Good Vibrations, that song. Remember that song? Yeah. But the thing is, but I've seen... Sometimes I feel that they're not doing it it's a misjustice to the sport. For me, when I look at the sport... For me, it was so personal. Mm-hmm. Yes. One, it was so personal. Two, it was the only thing that I believe would allow me to have the edge, meaning if I couldn't get it, which I felt like I feel like I can't get it sometimes, or is in the looks. I wasn't born blue eye, whatever it is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I felt like I could manipulate it in muscle.
Oh, look,
I think I could.
True.
True. I know where you're coming from. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and I did find it also something to attract the opposite sex. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
I felt good.
And that's being raw and honest.
I
Awesome.
like it's truth be told. I liked how t-shirts felt on me. I liked how skinny jeans felt on me.
Yep.
I liked how I would only buy particular cut shorts that were cut at a certain height.
Same.
Because it showed my teardrop, showed the rear outside of it. But what I mean, but to me, that's bodybuilding.
Yeah, it is.
For me, it can't be all stage.
No.
Because all stage is 12 weeks of a moment. But for me, it's like years in, years out, over and over and over and over. And when I've put on, at one stage I put on 20 kilos, I didn't recognize myself.
And like, what am I doing now?
What am I doing? And even funny enough, when you talk about body dysmorphia, because I guess I got good quads, I got certain good body parts.
Yeah.
Even when you put on weight, they're accentuated, but not nicely.
Yeah.
And you actually... So,
everyone's built different though. Like, no, there can be people that 18% body fat that have abs, right?
Yes.
So
that's true.
And then like for me, I'm going to be like 5%, like 2 weeks out, then I see my abs. Everyone's different. Their fat distribution is different. No one's built the same. And look, the gym is a place where I think right now, like everyone really feels comfortable wearing whatever they feel comfortable in, right? Because a lot of people in women show a lot. If they're showing a lot, that means they're very confident in themselves, which is great, right? Because that's what you want to see, but more confidence within people. I think bodybuilding for me, when I started, like you said, I was really, really skinny. And then as I started putting on some muscle and I started working for myself, because I'm a handyman, right? I was just a lot more confident going into those jobs, like getting for quotes and stuff. I go give a quote, and I walk out of there like a bit broad, a bit strong, and I say, "Yeah, I've got this," type of thing. I think if I was skinny, I'd go in there a bit more shy. So it did change my life in a big way. Big way.
For me, I always say I love signing checks, being fit and strong and built. I like going to the gym that way. I like having relationships that way. I like hanging around my kids that way, being a dad that way. I like riding my Harley that way. I like driving my sports cars that way. I like...
But as long as you're doing it for yourself,
but
right?
the thing is, but it is. I think that's the thing. It's not... It's such a...
It's not an expectation from someone else.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's such a long... It's a grueling sport that even when you've got it, you don't appreciate it. And when you've lost it, you realise, oh my God, I've got to go get it back. You don't, because we're always hard on ourselves.
Well, I had that one little period when I think I was 27 or 28. I stopped training for 2-3 years. I got married, bought a house, had kids. Then we went on holidays, and I remember the holiday pics. Me bending over, pick up the kids. The dad ones. And my gut was hanging out of me. It's like, shit, all right, let's get back to this.
and I think that's what I'm saying is, I think for me, bodybuilding is a person. And when I mention sexualizing, I'm not talking about entering the gym. I'm just saying the way social media presents it, what men and women present to us. Yeah. Mate, I've seen it in soft porn. So what I'm trying to say to you is that not that I watch porn. Once upon a time I did.
But like the gym,
I don't anymore.
The gym,
I don't anymore.
The gym area itself, right?
The gym area is alright.
No, but I'm saying like what happens in the gym like will blow your mind, eh? And when it comes to like relationships and people doing this, people cheating, it's like, wow. And it's like, man, it's you got men that are full of testosterone, right? And you got women that, it's
full of testosterone.
Maybe
today they are.
But it's, wow. And it never seems to surprise me. I hear another story, like, okay, I've heard them all now, and nothing's going to surprise me anymore.
No, like I said to you, I'm impressed by the way girls are pushing at the gym. Yeah. And how old are you?
44.
All right. So in the 90s and the 80s, the gym was 90%, 95% guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
5% guys. And usually 100%. The girls that were at the gym,
they're already jacked.
No. But if they were a little bit tomboyish.
Yeah.
And they were like your mate.
Yeah.
But you never really trained with them.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why they trained themselves.
Yeah,
Girls trained.
Yeah.
And then we had the aerobics centre upstairs.
Yeah.
And us bodybuilders just looked upstairs at the aerobics course.
Get your pump on and just walk past.
Hoping they'd talk to us, right? But they had a separate door to leave. I don't know why. But the thing was, but today it's 50-50.
Oh, look, you would even say it's the other way. Like where I train at World Gym Gregory Hills, there's a lot of women now, and I organise all the posters that go on the wall. So whoever competes in places first, they go up on the wall.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of women on there. A lot. Like recently, in the past couple of weeks, I've just put 4 females up.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying is like I watch them train, I watch them push, and look, there's 2 things I like.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I like. I like a girl that trains and pushes and knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I like a girl on a motorcycle. Don't ask me why. When I see a girl on a motorcycle, does it, and especially if it's a powerful one.
Yeah.
When I see a girl on a powerful motorcycle,
It does it for you. That's it. You're done.
One time I was on my Harley, I was riding it, and I saw this girl race past me, and she was on this one. I don't know what she was on, but it was fast, and she was wearing these. I don't know what she was saying. Wearing these shorts,
scrunch bums or something.
And I go, oh my God, I'm going to see if I can catch her. I couldn't keep up with her with my Harley. I was like, oh my God, I should have got one of my sports.
You just wanted to catch up, just cruise past.
I no way. I wanted to say one time. Now it all sounds sexual and it's not. But what I'm saying is, it's like I like it.
Yeah.
It's like I like it when I see it. I think it's a bit. Something very powerful with something so delicate and something very sexy. Whatever it is, something goes on. I remember once I pulled up at the lights and there's this other girl on a motorcycle next to me. I ride.
Yeah.
So my window was down and I went something like, she's got this helmet on. She's got her glasses on. She looked at me and I went, great. And she looked at me and goes, fuck off. Because she's thinking I'm trying to chat her up. And then the funniest thing is when she gets to me, fuck off, and ride off, I'm like, when you see the lights, like they're playing that music in the background, like.
But anyway, it's like that's the world we've come to, right? And that's a bit on Big Time Friday, the same type of thing. It's like, how did we come to that? Before you could just say hi, it's like, hey. But now it's like you say hi, it's like, why are you saying hi to me? It's like, so we can't say hi to people? I don't know. It's really weird.
But I understood that there was this greasy guy with his mo on and his glasses sitting in the car. But I was trying to say,
just judging then,
I was saying, wow, good, look at me on the bike. But I think she's thinking I'm trying to, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But like I said, the girls at the gym at the moment, what they're pushing, the type of exercise they're doing is
they're going hard.
They're going hard, man. They're going. Let's have some Alka Power water.
Yeah. Thank you to Steve from Alka Power.
Steve from
Australia's number 1 alkaline spring water.
Alkaline spring water.
Yeah. Sourced and bottled in Southern Highlands. That crisp taste,
Crisp taste, yeah. There we've got a few questions.
pH of 9 to 10, naturally raised with oyster shell. And,
yes.
And coral.
So tell me, what made you start training at 19?
Well, that was primarily the reason.
Skinny guy.
Mother was saying he's skinny, you got to eat. But I think it was just that one very first session I went there and just that blood pump's like, I could see a bit of size there just from the pump. I went down, I was like, I got to go back again. Let's get that again. And from there on in, it was just, and I think at the age of, like, obviously I've gone through a lot of things up to the age of 35, got married, had kids, had a few surgeries, injuries along the way with training, but, kept persistent, kept going back. And I think I was at the age of 34, 35, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I might hang up the boots in training. Right. But before I do that,
and imagine believing that we can hang up and it will stay. It never stays. Never. You hang them up, they're gone. So go on.
And I said to myself, I want something to show for my 15 years or 16 years of training. And that's when I got in touch with Paul Haslam. I said, look, I'm looking at doing my first show and blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm always a very humble person. I didn't see much in myself in the form of a physique type of thing. But Paul was like, he was always upfront and straight. He was like, Pat, no, you got something. I was like, really? He goes, yeah. That's all right. Then I did my first show and I think I came third. I went back the week later, come first.
What show was that?
The IFBB Elite. Yeah. IFBB Pro Elite.
Oh, yeah. I think your competitions. I Googled it.
Yeah, and look, I was over the moon. I said, you know what? I'm doing this again next year. And my wife's looking at me because every time I compete, I say, this is the last one. But, but it's never the last one. Yeah. Then from then on in, we went again. And this is when the IFBB split. So you had the IFBB Elite Pro and the IFBB Pro League. And I said, okay, let's do next year again. And I'm an under 80s competitor. And then always during prep, you always look at yourself. You go through a shit period where you might be like 8 or 10 weeks out. You're small, everything's deflated. But I remember every time going to see Paul, he'd lift the spirits pack. He'd look, you're doing great.
Really?
I said, really?
It's very judgmental.
Yeah.
No, with bodybuilders.
But and then that was it. I started competing in the pro league, and I started winning shows. And
was that 2019?
2018.
All right. Was that before the split or at the split?
The split was 2017.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, then 2018 I started competing with the pro league. But
I can see you here, 2018, yes.
So I think from then on in, that's when I started getting some confidence in myself. It's like, maybe I do have something, you know? And then year after that, I was like, so I think I came second in 2018 at Nationals. And I was like, I've got to get back. I have to win.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like Charlie Duca.
No, I think
his mentality.
it's chasing, right? It's chasing. Yeah. So you just want to do that one better.
That's why he kept going back to get, and then he wanted to see if he could win twice first, and then he wouldn't stop.
Well, damn, it's a similar story. Similar story. But in 2019, I remember went to Queensland. I come first in the under 80s and in Classic. Then I come back to New South Wales. I think I was third in Classic, second in under 80s. Then I seen Kane Douglas from Melbourne win their under 80s there. And I said to my wife, I said, look, do you think I should go to Nationals? You know, I go, look, I'm already second here. So the guy that beat me here is probably going to beat me at Nationals. Then you got Kane, looks phenomenal. Is it even worth going to Nationals? And my missus was like, you've come this far, you're not going to quit. So
wow,
you're going to go. So we ended up going, and I think at that stage, I'm going to apologise to Paul Haslam here. We threw out the peak 2-day diet out the window, and we said, you know, we're just going to eat the house down, and we did. Hungry Jacks, and I think I had.
Who decided that?
I did.
2 days.
2 days before the show, I was like,
you couldn't do it.
No. I'm saying not out the window. I'm saying the diet out the window because we were doing something else. We're just eating a lot of food because I was already in condition.
Did Paul tell you to eat?
No, like normally his diet plan, his carb up plans are quite modest. Like there's not too much in it.
But you decided to go your own way?
Yeah, a little bit, and like push it a bit. And he was there at the show, but I remember I had 300 grams of potato, 300 grams of rice every 2 hours. So I think all up was about 7 kilos overnight of food. And I remember rocking up on the day. And normally when I pump up backstage, I'm not pumping up half an hour before. When they call in the category, as we start lining up, that's when I'll start doing my push-ups and everything else. And whenever I know I'm on, I'd send a message out to the boys, and my wife's like, the bull's coming.
Okay.
And then I remember coming out that day, and I was like, okay. And I won. And like I was very, very surprised, like, shit, we did this. And then Paul Haslam was like, this is the best you've ever looked. I said, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. I'll tell you a few things that I did. And I messaged him, and I said, this is what I ate. And he goes, it worked. I said, yeah, it did. So
wow.
He was all for it. But he was always very supportive. Same as Selena. She helped me posing from the start. So, yeah.
What made you decide to... Is it because you had done enough comps to study what you thought worked for you and what didn't, even on your off seasons, seeing what gave you pumps, what didn't?
And I always tell everyone,
because some people blow out a lot.
They do, but I think it's all about experiencing things for yourself. So every season, I'd always do about two or three states. I'll go to Melbourne, I'll go to Queensland, then also do the Nationals and New South Wales. Then every single show, I'd just try something different. I think everyone's too scared to try things, but you have to be in the right condition. You can't be like 7% body fat and try something because you're not there, right? So if you're in condition, try something new. Like I've tried carb ups where it's just been cakes, biscuits and stuff all night. And that was at a New South Wales show, coming a bit watery, but veiny. Like you wouldn't grainy, like you wouldn't believe. I've tried like the dirty stuff, pizza, burgers. But honestly, the best look was just white rice and potato every couple of hours, just loading up on that. And yeah, and that was the best look I've ever had. But like, don't be scared. I think people are too scared. It's like, oh, I don't want to fuck it up. It's like, really, like if you're cutting water, doing all that, take a mod, whatever, it's very hard to fuck it if you're already in condition. Like if you're not in condition, then no, you're probably going to destroy it. But if you're there, look, if you cut the water out already, mate, load up. You're only going to look dry as you fill up anyway. Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about the kids today. I mean, sometimes as well, the questions they want to ask is about gear. Go on the gear. Were you natural?
Look, no.
That's all right. No, because I'll be honest with you. I think you were natural. So imagine me, because I'm.
Oh, look,
I've learned. Yeah. I'm not trying to say. We had Michael Carrot. Michael Carrot.
Yeah.
And he's 36, and he's done numerous shows.
Yeah.
Even did a NABBA.
Yeah.
And did IFBB, all natural.
Yeah.
And then just recently he did gear just to compete. At your age, 36, when he did, right? No, the thing is, do you know Imad Wadu?
No.
Imad Wadu won pro card in 2023 at the season 8 IFBB.
Yeah.
Natural.
Yeah.
So I'm just always, when I heard he was natural, and he was, I'm telling you, I know everyone will go, he was, because when we had on the podcast, he said, I don't even have vitamins. His coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his coach, because I don't have protein shakes, I don't do, he's a brickie.
Yeah.
And even his coach said, this guy just had some natural genetics.
Yeah.
But he got a pro card. He's on the gear now.
Yeah.
He's on the gear. Manuel Wilder's on the gear now. But what I'm saying to you is, so, all right, so I just want to know that, but what I'm getting at is...
Because I think that there's a big stigma around that whole thing. Like, and man, honestly, the young ones are always like, what else can I take? Take this. It's like, whoa, how much you taking? Why are you taking that much? It's like, and you haven't got a coach and you don't even know what you're eating. It's like, man, but the kids are destroying themselves, man. Like,
why?
Never do blood work. I don't know. They just think if I'm going to take more gear, I'm just going to get bigger. I was like, it doesn't work like that, man.
Yeah.
I get my blood work done every 3 months, only because I'm like a health freak, right? And I'll trial different vitamins for different things to see if it moves this marker up and that marker up. And I'm always doing stuff like that.
You're a bit of a scientist.
Yeah, a little bit of a scientist. Like when it comes to cancer and stuff, like I help a few people out with cancer and different protocols, and we run blood work to check things. But it's amazing what we can do with the body if we know what's going on inside the body, though. Because a lot of times,
is that by doing bloods?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Do you think it's also? Do you think everything's like a mathematical equation?
As in,
I weigh my food.
Yep.
But I don't measure the calories. I don't know the calorie numbers. Like, all I know is, I'll give you an example, because I go. Like, at the moment, I'm on about 160, 180 grams of rice.
Yeah.
Now, others will go, is that basmati rice? Is that whole grain rice? And I'm like, it's just rice.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Right? And then there's about 160 grams as well, 200, it doesn't matter, of chicken breast.
Yep.
I can Google it, but I just don't know the mathematics. But is it known the mathematics?
Well, it kind of is. Like, honestly, if those meals are weighed, doesn't matter. If they're regularly weighed and that's the weight.
That's how I do it.
You can gauge it like that and reduce that amount to lose weight and increase the weight to put on weight.
I can see by leaning up, increasing by doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, like I'm very much like that right now.
Yeah.
Started a new diet. It's like, I'll see how my body goes. If not, I'll just drop a bit out here or add a bit more there. And away you go. So, like, obviously... It's the same thing. It's still calories in, calories out.
It is.
You're weighing it, so you're eating that same amount of calories every day.
Yeah, I've also, when I was speaking to Paul Haslam last week.
Yeah,
he's 66, right? So he's 10 years older.
He's still lean as fuck. He's always. I'm telling you,
he is lean as fuck. Yeah, he's lean. But the thing is, and I'm an advocate for this too. I don't know if you are too. Yeah. But he eats 5 meals a day.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, about 6 or 7.
Yeah, isn't it funny that
6, 7? These kids now.
Don't you think? Don't you think that? I think, because I've been not studying it, I've been inquisitive.
Yeah.
But I feel bodybuilding is the secret to longevity, to youth, right? And I'll tell you why, but not just the not the secret to youth, right? Whatever, a fountain of life, whatever it is. I'm trying to find the word.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say to you is, I started realizing, one,
you are what you eat.
Well, firstly, I thought it was resistance training. Okay. First, I thought, all right, pushing more than the average 44-year-old is good for you, because your body's a carbon copy. Each moment, new cells, new muscle. But you're never going to be the same. You're just going to be a little bit older. But what you give the photocopier, it's going to photocopy next.
Yeah.
So like that's how it goes. Fair enough. So the resistance training is that if you can, at 50 years old, incline press 20 kilos, but the average incline press of a 50-year-old is 15 kilos, you're 5 kilos better. And I think that helps Fountain of Youth, right? That's one. Yeah. And it's not compound training, so you're not jumping on you're not jumping on things, joints and all that. But what I really found out was it's actually food.
Yes.
And I believe consistency of fuel. Yeah. I think the body burns the motor so fast that if you can, like a coal train, the more you give it the wood in the fire burner, it burns and it can speed up the train.
Is that what you're saying, like the 5-6 mils? Or
I think the secret to longevity and retaining youth, cell development, brain cognitive behavior, everything going on, muscle development.
Yeah.
I know people say you can eat 2,000 calories or 30,000 calories in one meal. Just sit there in the morning and just eat it all.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I do believe it's consistency throughout the day. And Paul hasn't believed that too and agreed.
Yeah, look, in a way, the only way I see that, you're saying feeding the fuel, right? I said, but then that engine's working more if you're eating 5-6 times a day than having 2 meals a day or 3 meals a day. So the body is processing a lot more. Is that more straight on the body, that the body's processing 5-6 times a day instead of 2 or 3? Maybe, maybe not. Do you understand what I'm saying here? It's like, for us, it's beneficial. Keep the metabolism going. We keep our weight down because the body knows, I'm getting another meal in 3 hours. Let's burn through this. I'm getting another meal. Yes. But then if you're having every 5-6 hours, the body's like, okay, let's slow this down. We're not getting one for another 6 hours, has a rest. But we're not really giving our bodies a rest, really, are we? If we're just pumping food every 2-3 hours. So the body's continuously processing. So is that longevity? I don't know. And like they always talk about too much protein is no good.
Really?
Well, it increases this and blah, blah, blah. But I've had a ton of protein my whole life and my bloods are still okay. So
I think, look, what do we call? Do we call the FDA? What are we called here? Food distribution.
TGA. Fuck the TGA. So.
No, well, do you think there's some controversy? Do you think the TGA knows what they're talking about? They don't.
I mean, they don't because they gave everyone the COVID jab. So
100%.
There's your answer, right?
There's your answer. What about the food pyramid when they talked about grains?
That's completely wrong.
How about when they had that with the grains and that was all manipulated? Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, and also if half of these people that are, what did you call TGA? They're all fat bastards anyway. Yeah. They're all fat bastards.
Look, they're all there to benefit off your sickness, right? They don't want your health. They want you healthy, mate. We could be healthy. That's why I say everyone's got to take control of themselves. Yeah. Get their own blood work done. Know what's happening inside your body. If you're expecting the government or TGA to look after your health, no chance.
But it's even looking at...
They want to sell you drugs, that's all.
Well, you think... Like, you have to look around you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when I see professionals, like a lawyer or even a doctor or anyone, and when I see, like... some of their conditions, the way they look, especially a doctor, especially when they come out and you go, man, this guy's going to give me medication to be better. This guy doesn't even look like he stands by.
Well, they're not actually giving you medication to be better, right? They're giving you medication to mask a problem.
That
they're never going to fix. And it's funny, like a lot of times when people get blood work, I said, get a copy of your blood work and show it to me. And they'll show me their blood work. I said, what did the doctor say? The doctor said, everything's fine. I look at, even like, say, vitamin D levels, which is so important, all right? I was like, your vitamin D levels are 40. Okay, that's shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
What should they be?
100, 120. Then you're pretty bulletproof.
How do you get vitamin D at 120?
Sun and supplementation.
Sun's good. Okay.
Yeah, and supplementation. Yeah. But, and these doctors, like, you think you go there, say, okay, look, we can improve this. We can make you optimum, like perfect, right? Not perfect, but we can improve your health by just doing this. You know what? And if you do this, you probably won't be on this drug and this drug later on in life. But no. They'll let you keep going. Then you might go in there with a cholesterol of 5.5 and they already want to prescribe you drugs. And it's like, really? So we're not going to try to fix the problem? You're just going to, even at 5.5, no one should be taking cholesterol. Well, no one should be taking cholesterol tablets, full stop.
I know.
Yeah. We're going to go down this road now. I'm going to be here forever.
Why do we not? Why do we not want to take cholesterol? I'm hearing it.
Well, because of dementia, because of a lot of problems.
But why, like...
And then I just give you another drug for that. But we need cholesterol.
Yeah, 100% we need cholesterol. But what I'm saying is, how did our parents and some of our peers fall trapped to this? And how are we going to navigate out of this? Because I saw an era myself where I didn't see all this. I didn't see Alzheimer's. I didn't see what I'm seeing today. I didn't see walking frames. I didn't see...
No, well, I
didn't see such obesity. No, I didn't. No. I mean, I had grandparents that lived to a very old age. But in Greece, not here. But what I mean is, I watched the deterioration of my own, or a little bit my dad.
Yeah.
For a person that had a veggie patch that ate from the backyard, but as soon as that veggie patch, he couldn't maintain it because of age, and he got stuck into conventional eating, and eating Special K for breakfast. For dinner. Yeah. Even yogurt. And I'm not talking about yogurt's good, but we're talking about just not yogurt that's good and should be your dinner, to not cooking steaks anymore, to ordering takeaway.
You just answered your own question.
I know. But I watched. But I was watching this man change before me. Yeah. But he had, and I'll be honest with you, he looked like a Chemist Warehouse. I'd open up his cupboard. Yeah. My dad would have a twitch. No joke. This is serious. This is how much Medicare, but apparently they're making people pay now. Yeah. But my dad would go, I've got a twitch in the eye. Call Dr. Dracos. Yeah. Then he'd go the next week, I've got something here on my nose. Call Dr. Dracos. And
before you know it.
The Dr. Dracos was just like this.
Yeah. Have you ever walked into a chemist, right? And you'll see these old guys, they know the pharmacist really well because every week it's like, hey, whatever, yeah. And they've got their tray. And they just go, it's like that's their weekly tray of drugs.
Yes.
And it's like, what is this, man? What is this? The big things to play are obviously food, right? Processed foods, seed oils and stuff like that,
course,
right? Yeah. Vaccines, right? You go back, decades or centuries ago, how many vaccines did we have? Not many. No. What was the rate of autism back then? We can go into a lot of things. But we need to stay away from heavily processed foods, stay away from seed oils primarily, and just eat cleaner, grow what you can. And try detox at the same time as much as you can too.
Why has everything got seed oil in it? Mate, I look
at to make you sick. That's 100%.
No, but
it's a lot of shit.
I look at everything. Like I was showing Chris.
It's toxic.
I was showing Chris. We went to the shops and I go, watch this. I said, see this tuna? It says olive oil. Turn around. 3% olive oil.
Yeah, but they can still say olive oil.
Vegetable.
Vegetable oil is rubbish. It's rubbish.
And I've also heard, which you can probably verify, that I'm not saying, of course, I'm not going to say macro foods do this. Yeah. I'm not saying anyone does this, but big food manufacturers have a variance of a certain percentage. You don't have to be spot on. So we're talking about this could be like this hamburger at McDonald's can be 600 calories, but it may actually be 750.
Yeah.
Or it could be whatever it is. They've got a percentage where they can play in if they're not right.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Oh, look, and I think growing up, because I've got 2 young kids, a 15 and a 13-year-old, but they don't eat Maccas, they don't eat nothing like that. When we drive past any fast food, like that smells like shit. What's wrong? If it smells like shit, it's not good for you, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's just about educating the younger ones too on what to eat, what not to eat, what's clean, what's not clean, why we don't eat certain things, why we don't drink certain liquids. But yeah, it's just about educating ourselves. Otherwise, like I said, if you expect anyone else to look after you and to say, here, have this, it's good food, unless you look into it, it's not good food.
Well, like I said to you, we're
going down the rabbit hole here.
No, we'll keep going. Yeah, of course, why not? Hey guys, Nutrition Warehouse, your #1 store for all your supplement needs. Visit in-store here in Australia or New Zealand, or go to nutritionwarehouse.com.au, or for our New Zealanders, go to nutritionwarehouse.co.nz, shop away, and at checkout, why not use discount code MTP15 to get 15% off all your orders. I can tell you that I was saying this to Ed Connors. Mm-hmm. Ed Connors is a pretty smart fella. He was an architect, right?
Yeah.
Do you know Die Hard movie, the first one?
Yeah.
The Nakatomi building?
Yep.
He architected.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And when we did the first podcast, when we were doing the podcast, he had the building behind him. He was sitting out in a park bench doing the
great movie.
Yeah. But he drew up the building. Yeah. He's the architect. But I said to Ed, I believe the reason they bring in calorie counting is to take away the word fast food and fat and junk food.
Yeah, probably.
2 words you can take out.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Have you ever heard anyone say now, when we were young, what did we say? Junk food?
Yeah.
Fast food.
Yeah.
That's all we said. That's fast food, junk food.
Yeah.
Now you never hear, all you hear is McDonald's and check their calories. They put calories in I think, to us to mass so we could fit everything in to our calorie count. And I think that's the problem. That's what I'm saying is for where you know yourself when you look at chicken breast, you know there's protein.
Yeah.
You know there's minimal carbohydrate.
Yeah.
But definitely a bit of fat in it. But definitely it depends what it is.
Yeah.
And fat is good.
Yeah.
I mean, 100% organic, pure butter is good.
Yeah.
All these things are good. But we were told not to have them, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you look at rice, you see carbohydrate. When you look at potato, you work out potatoes carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Even our wheat, apparently we have a problem with our wheat. That's why they say the wheat in Italy is different and the pasta's different in Italy. And the bread's
It is, yeah.
Because it's
I
because I think
genuinely believe that.
But do you know why?
Yeah. No, I don't. But like when we in Rome eating, like you wouldn't see a fat person.
But no, I'm just when I grew up, we were Greeks, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we didn't put on weight, but there wasn't natural. We didn't have obesity.
No, not like this.
But the thing is, but what I heard, and we should Google it.
Yeah.
That apparently they process our wheat that bad here. Like I think they strip it and use it somewhere. They strip a lot of thing out of it. That then I think there's something they're adding stuff to it combine and form some kind of nutrients.
Yeah.
And that's the gluten. Where the Italians don't.
Yeah, no.
And their wheat's different.
Yeah, I believe that.
So we do something different with our flour.
Yeah.
So we do something with our flour here that we've ripped it to shreds.
Yeah.
We add something to it. I don't know, sorry everyone that's listening, I don't know the technical words, but
You're probably right.
But it is. And in Italy they don't do that. Or they don't do it. I mean,
but like the fast food here in Australia, right? I think as we were growing up, everyone was sold the great Australian dream, right? Was to go out, buy a big, beautiful house and pay that house off for the rest of your life, you know? So in saying that means both parents would have to work long hours. So they'd be coming home 6, 7 o'clock. And the last thing they want to do is cook a meal. So like fast food, it's cheap. Let's get the family pack, boom. And every day it just becomes a Groundhog Day, right? And then it's like, we don't have time to cook because we got to pay bills because we want this Australian dream. It's like, who sold you that Australian dream? Is that even a dream? Really? Evaluate it. It's like, man, that's shit.
It is. Shit. I mean, we'll just talk about that in the last podcast. And obviously I've heard it from a few people now. I mean, they've really... I mean, roof over your head, clothing and food was a necessity. Now it's become a commodity. Yeah. Everything's about selling you. It's selling it. I
tell everyone all the time now, is like, especially people with kids, man, take the time out of your life and make sure you spend every moment with them. Wherever you can, whether it's school events, make sure you're there. You know, we don't want to be working extremely long hours, 15, 16 hours. If you're heavily in debt, mate, reduce your debt. Go buy a smaller house. Get rid of the fancy car. You don't need it. And live life, man. Yeah. Because you're gonna get old. You're gonna be 50, 60, and your kids are like 20 and 25 or 30, and you missed it. Yeah. You missed it all, and then you die. It's like, yes, I bought this house. It's like, what is that?
What is that? What made you have that mindset? What did you
I think
have that mindset?
Just opening my eyes to what's around us, and more so like with Be Kind Friday and spreading kindness and just seeing what people are going through and just trying to change the mindset of people and getting them out of that Groundhog Day. Because I think, I'm not sure how they sold it to us or how it's still happening in the world, but you watch people, even when we do our events at Be Kind Friday, they're rushing on the way to work. It's like this, bang, bang, no, stop. I haven't got 2 seconds to talk. It's like, how are we living like this?
But what made you personally? Yeah. What was So, can I ask, what did you do when you finished school?
I did my carpentry course. I became a carpenter.
So you're a carpenter.
Yeah.
Right. So hence why you can be a handyman.
Oh, what do we have here?
The brick.
Oh, this is strong, eh?
Oh, it's strong. Just don't drink the sediment at the bottom. But other than that,
I'll let it cool a bit.
It's relatively strong.
Yeah.
Relative.
Yeah. So I was a carpenter.
So a carpenter.
Yeah.
And how old when you met your wife? Married?
I met my wife when I was 17.
17.
I think we got married 27. Yeah, 27.
Wow,
yeah.
She had you as a boyfriend for a long time.
Yeah.
That was way past the contract.
Yeah. High school sweethearts. Look, we've been together for life, for longer than life.
Is she into the fitness world?
Look, she was, growing up, she was a dancer. And when we got married, she used to instruct Zumba for a while. Even while she was pregnant, she was instructing Zumba. So she's always into fitness, but after kids, then obviously kids become priority. But it's only this week that she's back into fitness and doing some classes. So
Oh, really?
interesting.
Okay.
I always nag her, and then we have arguments. It's like, why you keep nagging me? So, yeah. You know, when you're into something, like it's like when you're into bodybuilding, when you go eat somewhere, eat out with friends, like, you're having another bowl. How many calories are in that? It's like you're having dessert on top of that. You know? I'm that guy.
Are you that guy?
Not always. No.
But we do fall into that trap. I think we let it go when we get into our 40s.
Yeah.
I think we stop telling people what they're eating in front of us.
Yeah.
But so tell me, so then you have a couple of kids.
Yeah.
You're living the typical Italian Aussie life, right?
Yeah.
Going to your parents' place, both their place, her place, once a week, eating too much food at their places.
Yeah, always, man.
Always.
My dad's place. Whew.
Yeah, that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. So tell me then, just before I go on, how funny is Sushi Mango?
I love him.
Are they funny?
Yeah, I love him.
They're pretty spot on, aren't they?
I'm 100% spot on. 100% spot on. That's my dad all over, man.
Oh,
that's my dad all over. You know?
They are so funny, man.
My dad came here, didn't speak a word of English, couldn't write and stuff like that. And he did my job. He was a handyman, but he was a licensed carpenter, joiner, painter and decorator and tiler. And he couldn't read a street directory or anything. So it'd be my mum drawing on a piece of paper, this is a roundabout on this street. Once you hit that roundabout, you turn right, you turn second left, first right. And sometimes he'd come out and was like, I can't find it. You told me to turn here, I'm not there. Yeah. But and he made it work. You know, when people say there's no work, man, my dad didn't speak English, couldn't read a street directory, still went out, quoted people, stuff like that. He'd come home, my mum would handwrite the quote for him, then he'd go back, give them the quote. But he made a living on his own, you know what I mean?
Was your mum born here?
No, she was born overseas. She was born in Mauritius.
Mauritius?
Yeah,
okay,
Mauritius.
And she's good with English?
Yeah. Like, they're both okay. Like, my mum's really good with English. My dad's pretty good. Yeah.
So I'm asking, what made you turn around to thinking life should be simplified, and also why we stressing? When did that point come?
Probably COVID.
COVID. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I think that COVID was the big destroyer for us, because I think it gave us time to sit back and say, reevaluate what we're doing in our lives, because we had time off, right? And it's like, what are we going to do? It's like, this is what we should be doing more of, nothing, and having fun with our family and friends, right? I know we're closed off to a lot of things, but I think COVID, even though it destroyed so many lives, the whole thing, you know, COVID itself, the vaccines, forced vaccination, the whole shebang. But I think that was my big turning point, and that was probably the turning point where I started looking into, you know, thoughts about Be Kind Friday and how that come about was pretty much from there. So how can we reunite people together? How can we send a message across of kindness in a bigger way of just me being kind to someone? Obviously, if you're on the receiving end of a kind gesture, you're more inclined to go out and make someone else feel good, because you say, you know what that person did for me today made me feel great. I could probably make someone else feel great, you know, and it flows on. It flows on from there. Yeah. So I think COVID was the big hit in the face for me to say, slow down.
Yeah.
Life is short, because you see how many people got sick, and so I was like, man, what are we doing? You know,
what made you not take the vaccine?
Oh, Stan from Bodybuilding. No,
he was Stan from Bodybuilding. Yeah,
no, he was one of the guys. Like, but yeah, look, there's a big realization there. I remember going to work every day and I had my headphones on. It was a podcast after podcast after podcast, and I'm talking like probably 14 hours a day of podcasts, listening to doctors all over the world, and I was like, yeah, just seeing their outcomes, like, do not take it, this is what's going to happen, blah blah blah.
Wow. So the podcast world was saying don't take it, the normal media world was saying take it.
Yeah. I was like, wow. Then everyone's like, you're crazy, this, that, you know, everyone gets labeled a conspiracy theorist, blah blah blah. And then we see everything play out, and then I think my role later on was trying to help everyone that was vax injured in ways, and detoxing. How were
they vax injured?
Heart problems, cardiac arrest, strokes, blood clots. And my wife's a hairdresser, mate. Some of the stories she heard through a salon, and even a lot of the stories I heard, from story to story, it just made me more upset seeing people hurt. And knowing that they were going to be hurt probably frustrated me more. But then it's like, how can I fix this? Not that it was my duty to fix it, but I felt like I had to do something. even during the whole COVID times, if someone had COVID, I had everything available, what they needed to recover. And even if it didn't know the person, didn't matter. I just, follow a protocol from a certain doctor overseas. And I said, look, this is what you need to take. I'd pack it all up, send it express post. And I spent a lot of money doing that. I sent it all over Australia for free.
To who?
To anyone that was sick with COVID.
And how'd they get in contact with you?
Through social media, because I had just random messages like, I heard you're the guy that I can get this from and you can help me out with this. I said, yeah, I sure can. Yeah. Then I think that's when I started looking into health a lot more after that, and seeing all the issues. I begged people, it's like, before you do take that vaccine, go get these bloods, because I just want to see afterwards if anything's happened. You know what I mean? Then you can say, okay, it was from this, because it's too late. If it's after the fact, if something happened, but you didn't check yourself before, you wouldn't have known. But yeah, some of the stories, mate, and some of the near-death experience, some dead on the lounge, just like that. It's a horrible time. No, and we let them get away with this, and still till today, it's.
But how do you? No, I'm with you. I didn't take the vaccine. I mean, I think. Man. Yeah. I think the most important part was. But well done to you, man. You obviously got a big heart. Like, oh my God, you got a big heart. But I just
want to see everyone happy, man. I want to see everyone smile. I want to see everyone healthy, enjoying themselves.
Who the hell are you, Pat? Why should you dare think and see that?
Look, I get pleasure out of seeing you happy, right? If you smile, man, I'm happy.
Well, you're one of a kind, and that's why we've got Big High Friday. And I'm going to go more into that. But I think for me,
let's try this Turkish coffee, eh?
It's just black, man. Black, strong.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so the thing is, I think for me, firstly, I was going to take it.
Yeah.
My sister, it was happening, and my sister took it. And I said, how did you get it so quickly? Like, she goes, I booked in 3 days later, she took it. I went,
yeah.
And listening to the world, this is the moment I thought,
yeah,
I'm a proactive kind of guy. You got to lead by example. You got to be the first to do it, right? Whatever. That's what I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
And lead the race.
Yeah. That's what they sold to you.
Yeah. Well, initially at the beginning, and then I booked myself in. I go, hi, come book. And let's say it was June. She goes, oh, yep, you can fit in August. I went, August? My sister got it done a couple of days later. She goes, well, unfortunately, we're all booked up and it's got to be in August. So they gave me the date. By the next 4 or 5 weeks, I was listening to the health minister. I was listening to the way they were talking, the way they were talking to us.
Yeah, man.
The way they were speaking to us, calling us idiots.
Yeah,
calling us horrible words. I went, I just looked at the TV screen, and I don't even watch TV. I went, who the fuck talks to me like that?
Yeah, it's like, you don't own me.
You're calling me a dummy? Who are you to call me a dummy? Yeah. Like, what makes you think But you're calling me names. You're calling people names. Like, they sat there rudely calling people names. So then I went...
I think, look, that was the biggest problem too, right? Because it's one, them doing it, but then they made the general public turn against the opposite too, right?
Everyone turned.
And then it was like, okay, look, I understand that that's not you talking, that's these people talking. It's like, but they said this, like, yeah, I know they said this, but don't, like you said, you took you 4 weeks. Like, with me and my wife, was like, babe, this is how it's going down. She goes, yeah. I said, look, we empty all our bank accounts. If that's still short, we sell the fucking house. I go, none of us in this house is taking it, and that's the lengths I'm going to go to. You know?
Well.
And then from then on in, it was pretty cruisy. We just took a deep breath after that. Look, don't get me wrong. We had sleepless nights where I woke up crying. It's like, what's happening? What's happening in this world? You know, it was really destroyed. Probably aged like 10 years in that 1 year, because it was tough. And like, I think a few people relied on me for information and stuff. It's like, what do we do now? What do we do this? How do we do that? And it's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, it was tough. I tell you what's tough. My daughter.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I'm separate. I'm divorced. Sorry. And my daughter said to me, oh, I'm going to go take the vaccine. And I said, Rubes, I said, don't. And unfortunately, if you don't have a supportive even ex.
Yeah.
And I remember the day, you remember when they were herding them down in Homebush?
Man.
The fucking lineup, fucking to the slaughter. And my daughter came to my house, started crying to want to go do the shot.
Do want to?
Yeah, and I said, and I go, you know what I said? I said, Rubes, I said, I'm going to pray for you.
Yeah.
You can go. I go, I can't, I'm not going to stop you. Look at you. Look at the way you're crying.
Yeah.
I said, go, you got my...
See, that, like,
and she went,
man.
and she went, she goes, okay. And she knew, she was crying. To what she thought she was going to miss out. And I just said, and my ex is in my bathroom. They're all there. They're surrounding me because I'm going, you're not getting it. And she goes, and then they pulled up in the car. They've walked in, and my ex is standing behind my daughter. And I just saw Ruby crying. I said, look what I'm doing to this kid.
Yeah.
I said, what can I do? I said, far out. I said, Rubes, I'm going to pray for you.
No, look, that's what you could do. Like,
And look, thankfully she's been all right. But like I said to you, and we don't know what it's done. But all I know is that. But like, Pat, do you think this world? I'm gonna put it like this. Do you think this world ever changes? And do you think it will change? I'll tell you why. A man came to our earth one time.
Yep.
His name was Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. And the priests, the believers of God,
Yep.
got him persecuted and killed.
Yeah.
What do you think if a man stands up in the middle of some kind of suburb and says, I am Jesus? I am Jesus.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to that guy?
Yeah.
But firstly, you, me, all us, how are we going to believe it?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is he'll get persecuted again.
He will.
Even if it's true.
He will.
Even
Yeah.
if Jesus is true. This guy is in Macedonia.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the midst of the plaza, outside everybody, whatever, and he decides to announce, I'm here. I've come back to, and he's probably got power.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say to you is, we'll still try to persecute him.
Yeah.
Because we'll think it's a joke. And like I said, with this COVID, I feel like
same thing.
I think they'll just use another tactic to brainwash.
Oh, they will. They will. Like the easiest thing to do. Like I haven't watched TV for like 5 years, and it's great. You know what I mean?
I haven't watched TV for a long time.
It's when you sit there. Like sometimes I have my in-laws come over and they'll sit down on the lounge and they'll just have the news going. And I'm listening to this news and I'm like, what the hell, man?
Oh, it's sickening, isn't it?
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like it's so far fetched. And I think look, we're just in a process, a continuous process, until you remove yourself out of that circle and visualize what's happening inside that circle, where you can be at peace. It's like, okay, cool. I know what I have to do now. Just leave them in there. You can always help people wherever you can, but. Yeah, it's a process where people are just like, yeah, if something else comes out, I want to be the first one to get my vaccine. Well, look, I don't think it's going to be like that next. If it ever comes out again, I think a lot of people are going to sit back. Because a lot of people that I argue with, apologise and like, sorry, Pat, look, you're right with this and with
some
that.
people don't want to talk about it still. They don't want to admit to it.
Yeah.
You say to someone, how do you feel about it? They go, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No, my daughter doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I said, Ruth, how do you feel about what you were taking? She goes, I don't want to talk about it.
But look, it's a good curve. Even with my kids now, they've learned from this. And I said, look, if there's ever a pandemic again, sit back. Don't interact with it. Just sit back and watch it play out. You know what I mean?
The only reason they took the vaccine besides fear is money. They didn't want to give up their money.
Well,
like you said, you were willing to clean out your bank account and sell the house.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's a great Australian dream, right? People are mortgaged to the max. They can't afford that one day off.
Yeah, but if
they have to go to work.
Yeah, but if everybody got fired, not everyone can get fired.
I know, but then that would have to be a collaboration of everyone. But it would probably never happen, right?
Hey guys, just want to thank one of our major sponsors, Alka-Power Water, as I cradle their 10-litre box here. alkapower.com.au. Go check them out. They're in your major retail stores, supermarkets, and please get yourself alkalined with Australia's #1 alkaline water, Alka-Power. alkapower.com.au. Go check them out now.
But
unbelievable. So then that possibly brought together what Be Kind Friday is.
Yeah.
And I asked AI, okay, I tell me about this, and it says according to his Instagram, Pat is a director at Be Kind Friday. The Instagram describes Be Kind Friday as a non-profit focus, spreading kindness, uplifting our community, and and inspiring others. They run community events, free community breakfasts in Fairfield.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah.
And they also extended recently in Queensland, the Gold Coast, is that right?
Yeah, you've been to Gold Coast a few times, yeah.
Pat gave an interview with who? Adam Nichols.
Yeah,
Nicholas,
so
Adam Nicholas?
back in the day, we did a
About
live.
the origins of
Yeah.
the initiative. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
back in the day.
So how did it all begin?
No, we did a live, right? We used to do a lot of lives back in the day.
Lives.
Lives on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I said, you know what, I want to bring this up that, see if we can have a day where we can all go out and, spread some kindness. We can always say, be kind. And probably nothing would happen, right? So I said, how about we put like a day to it? And so everyone takes 10, 15 minutes out of their day to make sure they put a smile on someone else's face. Hopefully cool, like a ripple effect far beyond just that day. And I thought, I'll just mention like, man, be nice Friday or be kind Friday, just something, And I'll never forget the next morning, her name is Nez. She put this post up, hashtag be kind Friday and tag my name. And so, you know what? There it is. There it is. And it started on social media. So I made up a little post, said be kind Friday, shut someone a coffee, say hi to someone, give someone a hand. And on Fridays, everybody I knew would share that. It'd be crazy. I was like, okay, maybe we've started something here. And then I started making some little cards. So if anyone wanted to get involved, I'd send them the cards free of charge. If they were too scared to go out and do something for someone or buy someone a coffee or buy someone a flower, because a lot of times they're scared for interaction. They say, why are you doing this? You can just give a card. It's like, this is Be Kind Friday. This is what we do. And that blew up. And I said, what to here? Like, what's next? And I said, you know what? I'd love to set up once a month on the side of the road somewhere or do something where we can just invite people to come down, have something to eat and have a bit of a chat and be on their way. And I remember going to Bunnings. This is before we were registered as a non-for-profit or anything. And I'm always at Bunnings because I'm a carpenter. I know the people there. So look, I'm after a barbecue. And I was quite surprised, like, yeah, which barbecue do you want? And I was like, okay, I'll grab the beef eater, if that's okay. And he said, come back next week and we'll give it to you. I said, okay. And then I started buying bits and pieces like gazebo and stuff like that, a little bit of merchandise.
So Bunnings gave it to you?
Yeah, as a donation.
Yeah.
And towards Be Kind Friday. And then
So you just walked in and said, hey guys, I want a barbecue.
They know me though. They know me well. Then I explained
I'm going to go and say, be kind to a Greek. I'm going to go and say, be kind to a Greek.
Give me two. Give me.
I've heard if I walk in here and say, be kind to a Greek, I can get a barbecue. They go, which one? I'll take that and the rotisserie for my lamb, the lamb.
But like I explained to them what was it about, and they gave me the barbecue. So we did our very first roadside in Leppington, just on a little side street.
Yeah.
No council approval, no nothing, right? And the response we got from that was crazy. And like in the meantime, we had
What year was this?
I think it's 2022.
Yep.
Would have been. And then we had all these volunteers come forward, right? Some I kind of knew a little bit, some I didn't know, and are like, as that Be Kind Friday started, it's like, how can I get involved? So you can come down. We're doing an event, and it just drew in all these people that were like-minded, had the same passion for spreading kindness, and it just worked. Just worked well. Then from that very first event, because of the response we got, I said, okay, we need to look into registering this as a non-for-profit. Did all the paperwork, and then from company to company, like Alka Power was there on our very first day.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember, because obviously I'm an ambassador for Rule 1, but the guys that sponsor me, Global Nutrition, they actually distribute Alka Power as well. And I remember when Alka Power hopped on with Global Nutrition, I said to them, because I get a monthly spend with them, I said, I'm spending my whole month's pay on Alka Power. I think it was like 150 bottles. I'm using all my pay for bottles. And I rang Steve. I said, look, I'm using your bottles. I'm starting this thing, Be Kind Friday, and I've just used all my money to buy 150 bottles. He goes, Pat, keep those for yourself. He goes, I'm going to bring the water and I'm going to be down there. So he come down there with his van, and he's been there since day one with us. But then from then on in, we registered and we started seeking companies like Alka Power, Lindt Chocolate, We Do Not Care. The Lions Den Finance and Advisory just donated a van to us last year. Tough Floors pay for the Rego and everything else. Camden Valley Meats, the Urban Bakery, Mr. Roses now jumped on. So we've got like 10 companies. And pretty much whenever I'm going to a business or organization asking for something, them just seeing what we do on the social media, it's quite easy for them. It's like, Pat, take whatever you like. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, are you writing notes? How are we going to get our sponsorship? How are we going to get our podcast sponsored? Are you writing notes? Write notes about...
even down to like the packaging, right? The packaging place, AW Packaging is like, whatever you need. For the Fennec Farm, they give us all their eggs. Ben from 2GB, we speak to him every month. In the morning, he'll say, whereabouts are you guys today? He said, we're here. But from then on in, look, we booking every month for these events. Then we started doing school talks where we educate kids on kindness. So it's a 1 hour presentation, just educating the hormones that happen in the brain during acts of kindness and stuff like that, and also bullying.
Who are the people that help you here?
We've got a crew that organise everything. Then we've got a volunteer crew. So I've got my wife, Fran, Mario, Danielle. I've got
who are these people?
Friends. Now friends, yeah.
But friends that jumped on early days.
Yeah,
right.
Early days.
And then
we've got a whole bunch of volunteers.
So who are the volunteers.
There's a long list I can go through my phone, but a lot of the guys from the gym.
Yeah,
a lot of the guys from the gym
come and help. Barbecue, say hello, shake hands, smile.
Yeah, love it. It's just easy, like, and it's something that everyone can get behind. Because I know it's hard for someone to say, let's be kind, or I want to go out and do something. People don't know what to do. But Be Kind Friday gives them the avenue to come out there and spread some love and some kindness. And you'll be surprised when you're at the events, some of the people you speak to that you think, okay, these people have got it all together. And they're the ones that are broken. And when you have that touching moment with someone, it's like, wow, I just made a difference in that person's day. And you know what? This maybe their life. You know?
Yeah, look,
and we love it. Like it feeds our soul, it feeds my soul doing that. Yeah, I think I get more out of it than the actual people themselves. Yeah. But I think starting at the grassroots with these school talks are fantastic. Kids love it.
When did that start?
That started about a year ago, but now it's starting to really move on. So, and it's a great little presentation. We love presenting it. So, yeah.
Wow. Look, I'm fascinated. Because just like why I'm saying I'm fascinated.
Yeah. And it's out of nothing, right? Like it's a simple act. And the whole organization itself, it's based off something so basic that we should all be doing, right?
Well, I think, like I said, look, I don't want, not that I want to talk, like I remember there's always there's significant moments. And I think...
Sorry, and I forgot to mention our member in Melbourne, Michelle. She's a singing sensation. If you hear her sing, you should go have a look at our Instagram page. She's sung in a Pacific Fair in Queensland in the Woolworths, and that went viral. She was
really.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing.
Wow, my daughter's a singer, so I might share it with Ruby.
Check her out.
I want to explore this a little bit more with you. I definitely do.
Yeah.
For me, I remember I was 24.
Yeah.
I was 24, and I said, I was lying in bed, I remember, and I said, I want to do something, but I don't want to be paid for it. Don't ask me why, but I was doing all right. Doing all right at 24. So I went and worked at the Sydney Children's Hospital.
Yeah, beautiful.
As a volunteer.
Yeah.
And my parents never knew, no one knew. I worked there for a year or two.
Yeah.
It was Radio Bedrock, that's what it was called. It was so we went, and the Children's Hospital was at Camperdown.
Yeah.
It used to be just there at Broadway, like behind where that Jewish Motorcycles Cafe is on Parramatta Road. There was the hospital was behind there. That's where it was. And I used to go once a week, and I would work for the radio station called Radio Bedrock, and we'd have to get all the kids to... I don't know why I'm sharing this story. I'm just saying what you're doing, I can understand it. And sometimes you don't even know really why you're doing it.
Look.
When I say you don't know, what I mean is it's so easy to do something that you get paid for, a job you do.
Yeah.
But when you're doing something charitable, there's a different feeling to it. I don't know. And I think an element of grit to do it.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of grit.
It does.
It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you're doing it, it's so gratifying.
Oh, it's rewarding, and it fills your cup not just for that day, for a whole week or two, you know. And like I get so excited and coming up to our events, like the week up to it. The day before is like driving around picking up all the supplies and stuff, and I can't wait to get out there, set up, have the music going, have a bit of a dance, and just interact with the community.
How long does it go for?
It goes for about 2-3 hours.
What time does it start?
7:30. 7:30. So we're trying to catch people on their way to work.
Do you know the locations you're going to have it at?
Yeah, we've got the next 6 months.
So where's the next one?
Next one is in Cronulla on Perryman Square. Perryman Square, I think.
Which date?
That's right on the beach on the 5th of December. And then
I live in San Susie, so you got to call.
Hey, come on down.
You got to call.
And then we got back to back. So we got on the 12th of December, we're collaborating with Parramatta Mission. So we're doing something with the homeless there, which is still open to the public. But it'll be a breakfast for the homeless there, but everyone can come down. So that'll be our Christmas event for the year with them, yeah. But like I said, we love doing it, and everyone that's on that team and all the volunteers share the same passion. We're not there to self-promote ourselves or anything like that. We're there to send one message across, and that message is kindness. And I think if we can live in that direction, live in that way, the world would be a different place. Like everyone's very closed off these days. No one makes eye contact when we're walking around. Obviously, everyone's head down in their phones. But where were the days where you walk around and say, "Hey, hi."
I know.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you'd be a stranger. You'd be weirdo.
Yeah, you'd be a weirdo. But there is certain places in Australia where people are still like that.
Yeah.
But here, like I said, everyone's rushed to go to work, and sometimes all they needed was that free coffee, or that free bacon egg roll, or that free chocolate, or that free little chat with someone that they didn't know. Just all that rose. It's like, okay, this world is still a nice place. You know?
So all this that you do once a month, it feels like to me that it's going to start ramping up even more the way you're going.
Yeah, look, it's moved very, very quick over the past 2-3 years.
I feel like once a month is not enough to be kind.
Well, we wish we could do more. Like the school talks are in between those events, but see, my wife's under the pump too, because I give her a lot of work to do. She's an admin. I was like, you got to email this, you got to send that, you got to send that there. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes, and let me tell you, the government and councils do not make anything easy.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, we'll be having issues now with the ACNC because of what we do.
Who's the ACNC?
They're a registration office where they register non-for-profits. Like, we have our own constitution, so we don't need them. But being with them...
When you say you have your own constitution, what does that mean?
So we have our own paperwork that registers us as a non-for-profit.
Yeah.
But then when you're registered with the ACNC, let's just say, Muscle Talk want to give us $1,000, right? We can give you a deductible gift receipt that you'll get that whole $1,000 off your taxable income. But as we stand at the moment, we can give you a receipt, but it's not 100% tax deductible. That's all we pretty much want. But because we're not directly affecting or directly going against like homeless or domestic violence, it's everyone. There's like a grey area where they're saying, we can't because you're doing this, because it's kindness. It's not just...
So you're being kind to people that aren't busted.
Well, pretty much. And I said, look,
they want people to be at wit's end, falling on their hands and knees.
Advertising. She goes, I said, how do you know who's suffering?
That's right.
I said, am I just going to put a call out and say, you know what, everyone that's suffering, please come down for a free breakfast? Is anyone going to come? Well, maybe a couple. Most of them won't. So I said, how can you justify that? And I pretty much said to them, it's like, help us, help you, and help the rest of Australia. And it's like, and there's reason why there's not many non-for-profits doing what we do. I don't think there is anyone that do what we do, because it's difficult. And then once you go through council paperwork to run events, it's crazy. Like, I'm talking like 30 pages for an event application for 2-3 hours, and the amount of applications in that application, like for city council, you got your application, you got your anti-terrorist risk assessment, you got your crowd assessment, a lot of things.
Insurance?
Yeah, insurance is easy, right? That's all the easy stuff. But
right.
You can have all that. That's fine. But the application to have that spot for 2-3 hours, man, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Wow. And all we want to do is, like, I explained to him, so like, we're going to hand out about $10,000 or $15,000 worth of stuff into your community, your local community, and you're giving me grief. Like, and then some people charge us to be there. And it's like, you want to charge us like $1,000?
Who charges?
Well, Parramatta, but over the past year now, the Parramatta mayor, fantastic guy, he's paying for it. So like, as we get invoiced, we send the invoice to him, then he pays for it. But it's funny that we get charged for these type of things when we're giving back, you know.
Is there?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I got another friend. I don't know. Have you heard of Swag?
Yeah, Ricky. Yeah,
Ricky.
Yeah. He used to train at my gym back in the day.
Yeah, well, he's an assassin.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
He's kickboxer. Yeah, he'll kick your ass, that's for sure.
He's
doing some amazing work. And he's been doing it for like decades.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to go from the hospital. So I did that for a year.
Yeah.
And then recently, life's been throwing me so many curveballs. And I just said, fuck it, I just want to go help someone. So I go on Sundays and help Ricky.
Yeah, nice.
I go down to the homeless.
He's relentless, eh? Like he's
relentless. Yeah. And the thing is, and what I was trying to say to you is, like someone asked me, why do you go? Like they said to me, why do you go? And I said, I don't know. Because I don't want to have an ego for it. I don't want to say because I'm trying to be a good person.
No, but that's just within yourself.
But what
like, you don't have to have a reason. That's just you.
But with God, that's what I'm saying to you. I go because I'd like to be sitting at the Hilton in the foyer there, listening to the piano player, drinking a margarita, and thinking I'm sitting with the posh here.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm drawn to go and feed the homeless people.
And that's genuine.
And I do. And I go down there, but I say, I can't give you a reason, but I can only tell you I can't not do it.
Yeah.
And because I know Rick, and I've wanted to get him on the podcast, right?
Yeah, get him on. He's probably got a lot of stories.
He does. He has oh, my God.
But and that's why we do it. Like, you got to be genuine. Like,
he is genuine. But what I was going to say to you, but I think there's certain areas in the city where it's crown land. I think you can just set up and do it.
No, everything has to go through council, and there's certain areas where you can set up. Yeah. The only good thing is we have approval from Transport New South Wales. So any train station that we want to go to, I just go speak to the duty manager. If there's an area for us to set up, I just email Transport New South Wales, and they just give me my permit. So that's a lot easier for us. The only thing with train stations, obviously, people are in a rush, right? At a train station, they just run. It's like, I've got 2 seconds to catch my train.
Do you ever wonder that why, like, because you're there, hey, how you going? And they just walk past.
Yeah, you get that. But look,
how do you, not to say, no, I know it doesn't get, because you've got God. You just spoke about God. Yeah. So you're all right, mate.
Yeah.
You're all right. You're covered. You're covered.
Yeah,
man. You got God. You got your back up. You got your main motor running. You got God on top of that all. So you can't affect you. But do you ever wonder, like, when you watch that, how people, they just can't stop to receive kindness? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, look, there is different people. So, like, I think God always makes you target the right people anyway.
Does he?
It always falls in place, man. Like, I remember before this, as this started off, like, I used to go to the shops all the time on a Friday, and I'll pay for someone's shopping. Then sometimes I'll be in a rush. So I'll go into Woolies and I'll stand outside. I'm looking for someone, like, who can I pay for? And I was like, you know what? So I'm not feeling it. So I'll just go sit down on the bench and I'll just wait. And I say, you know what? This is the right one, you know, and I'll go pay for it. And then they tell me a little story. It's like, it just always happens. Like, even another story is like...
Can I just say God bless you?
Thank you. I went into this petrol station. This was like 2-3 months ago. And as I was paying for my fuel, I said, can I pay for that lady's fuel? I left a big home Friday fly and I quickly walked out. And then I went back to the service station about 2-3 weeks ago, and the lady goes, you're the one that always drives that van? I said, yeah, because you paid for that lady's fuel a couple of weeks. I said, yeah. Because I said, I'm the one that drives it. That was probably me, because that lady come in here with her kids, and she only had $20. She didn't have enough money to pay, but she only had $20. And she bawled her eyes out, and she actually got the kids something with the money that she had left over. I was like, always...
Hey, you make us all cry now.
No, but always seems to happen to the right people. And I was like, I think it's just giving that energy out. And it's like, nothing's forced. I think everything needs to just come naturally. And then when that works, it's just... Yeah, it's something that's really beautiful.
Yeah. Is that you? Put on the floor there.
Yeah.
I know it could ring, but it's going to vibrate for a little
bit. It's something that's really beautiful. And then when you start seeing all these things...
Mate, in Greek. Put on the floor, mate.
Everything just aligns. Yeah. And I think that's the same with all the rest of the crew members. Such genuine hearted people. Like, we don't do this to promote our businesses or anything like that. We're there to singly promote kindness, you know? Not to promote ourselves.
Well, if I go to a NABBA competition and I'm seeing someone with a trolley up there competing, I know Pat's promoting NABBA up there, mate.
Look, NABBA's been great. NABBA's been flying. I think I've been in NABBA like 4 or 5 years.
All
now.
right, so let's segue into this NABBA world. Let's give them some talk. So you've competed.
Yeah.
You've done what you've done.
Yeah.
You've done a bit of a cycle. All right, you believe TRT is pretty good.
TRT rocks, man. Like, yeah. Before we get into NABBA, anyone that's over 40 that they come to me, like, I feel a bit weak, so go get your bloods. Go get their bloods and like their testosterone shut off. Oh, no, not shut off. It might be like 7, 8. Is that really optimal? No. You know what I mean? I go see my friends here at the doctors. You know what I mean? They'll run your bloods again and they'll put you on TRT. And these guys, like, I'm talking like 60-year-olds, like new lease of life, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I feel bloody fantastic. I said, yeah. It's funny how this shouldn't be like, it should be part of a life protocol. That so age of 40 you start getting tested. At 45, if you're in between this range, okay, you start doing TRT. Like their range is like below 6 or 7, that they might look into giving you something. Like if you want longevity, this is what you do. But if this is what you do, then you're not taking any pharmaceutical drugs. So let's go back. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to let you run low, then start stuffing up your body, and then we're going to send you a bunch of medication to prolong the rest of your life. That's what they want.
Of course they do.
You go back and get everyone working optimally, you're going to live for quite a long time and probably won't need much of those meds. You know what I mean? So,
far out, man.
Sorry, anyway.
No. Look,
the system.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Cloud seeding? I can't. Fuck me, Dad. I can't even go for a walk in the mornings without watching 5 planes flying over the top.
Yeah, that's my wife and kids. They'll be messaging like, Dad, look how bad it is today. I think, yeah. Then my kids will come home and go, allergies and shit.
Isn't it sad that you know yourself when we were kids, and I think they started this cloud seeding way back in the...
Yeah, but chemtrails, obviously.
What? Back in the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
But
it's a worldwide program, you know what I mean?
But what is it?
Well, it's another thing pharmaceutically. Like, obviously, the cloud seeding is like different chemicals in cloud seeding compared to the chemtrails, but it's all
What's
there
the
for one
difference
purpose.
between cloud seeding and chemtrails?
Well, there's strontium, barium.
What are all these things?
Chemicals that probably not only go into your lungs that we breathe in, but goes into your soil, so your veggies, your everything. Aluminium.
So what's the difference between cloud seeding and...
Cloud seeding, you have to actually so-called fertilize existing clouds. All right, to generate.
And then the other one is...
chemtrails, just straight up chemtrails.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, aren't our own governments sitting underneath this? Aren't they...
Yeah, but our governments are puppets for everyone else.
But the thing is, aren't they knowing that their family and their children and everyone's getting...
Maybe. But it's money, right?
Wow.
It's money, man. And like I said, this is worldwide. Like I know there's Texas and...
Is there a country that they don't do it in?
Yeah, Texas. I think it's Texas. I'm not sure if it's Houston as well that have banned chemtrails now.
I love that.
Yeah, but everyone should follow suit. But then obviously the elites are not going to be so happy about that. And we'll go down somewhere else.
We are really in. So, wow, we are really in trouble. So tell me, you were... I've had... Grant Mayo on.
Yep.
I've had Justin Wessels on.
Yep.
But all of them have spoke so highly of NABBA, like competing in it. So tell me, when did you get involved with NABBA? Because even though it's making this loud noise right now, you've been a part of it before the loud noise. Is that correct?
Well,
or are you part of the loud noise?
2021. I think it was 2020 or 2021 I started with NABBA.
Isn't that during COVID?
Yeah, I think it was just before COVID or just after COVID.
What made you become a judge for NABBA?
Well, I had Maria contact me and she's like...
So Maria was back then?
Yeah, I think Maria took over in 2020 or 2021. She took over.
And before then it was dormant?
Look, it wasn't. It maybe was in a sense. There's a lot of things that went down in other states and stuff with other presidents and whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And then I remember this is like a few years, I'm not sure if it was 2020 or 2019 when Maria actually competed as well. And I was a bit supportive with her, just checking in on her, stuff like that. Then she goes, do you want to judge on the panel? I said, yeah, okay, why not? Let's give it a go. Like I finished pretty much wrapping up competing and I said, okay, I want to still be part of bodybuilding. So judging would be great. So obviously I started off at the end of the table. Learning the strings and stuff like that. Did a few seasons, loved it. Went to the UK last year. So I've got my international accreditations for doing that show. And then now we've just been traveling everywhere. Korea, twice this. I think going back to my days of competing, just trying to give back to competitors and giving them an avenue to compete overseas and have some good experiences in bodybuilding, because obviously bodybuilding
But isn't everyone promising that though? Or they're not?
Yeah, no, look, I don't think anyone's promising anything. But at least we're giving an avenue, and I say, you can do this and you can come with us. We can go to Korea. We can go to the UK for the universe. We can do all these things as Team Australia, where other federations aren't doing much overseas, stuff like that for opportunities and stuff like that. But here we are. Because obviously, look, bodybuilding is a hobby, right? There's no money to be made in bodybuilding. In the actual bodybuilding world, right? Like when it comes time to coaching and stuff, different story. That's an occupation, right? But bodybuilding is sport in itself, doesn't pay. So it's good to get something back. But in saying that, I'll just tell you a quick story from a couple of years back. I had this young kid, he was 22 years old. He walked into the gym. I spoke to him a few times. I was like, Pat, never competed before. Like, Pat, I'm going to do it. I said, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to become a pro. I said, okay. He goes, I broke up with my missus. I quit my job. I said, whoa. I said, well, what did you do? He goes, yeah, I'm fully into this. I said, man. I said, this is a hobby, man. This is a hobby, bro. Like, this does not pay bills. We do this for fun. But it's just, I think, a vision that people can get a lot out of it. Look, you can, but is it going to support you in life? No. Right, but then you look at me. Obviously, sponsored by like Rule One, so you get the little benefits here and there, but it's not an income. So you have to really love the sport. But that's why we're trying to give people opportunities, and we actually can win a decent amount of money traveling, especially to Korea. The show that we just went to, the pro show, first prize was like 40 grand, and then next year I think they're doubling that. It's going to be 80 grand.
Wow.
And it's achievable for Australians. And it's cheap to travel there. 10-hour flight, 1 hour difference to Australia. So easy. And the shows they put on there, whew, next level, man.
I noticed that.
Next level, like craziness.
I saw it.
It's like, why? Why is this so grand? This is fucking huge.
No, they do. Did you guys feel when the Koreans came to Sydney, were you nervous about the show you were putting on to really impress them?
Because at the start of the year, we went to the amateur show, right? And their amateur show was like out of this world, right? Like production, like, you know, cameras on tracks rolling around the stage. I was like, what is this? And I was like, Maria, I was like, they're going to come here. I was like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Because these guys are insane. But look, we can only do what we can do. We don't have the funds that...
Well, you did it.
No. Yeah, we did it. We did it. And it was a great show. But yeah, these guys are just... It's good to experience, man. Like to be on that stage, even at the start of the year, I think, who did we take? We took Ariel, we took Cooper. Was someone else? I think that was someone else. Or just the two, Ariel and Cooper. But yeah, phenomenal. Great time. And a great connection between all of us, you know. So looking forward to doing that again.
Wow.
And just building a family at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, we don't care where you go off to compete later on. We don't give a shit. But when you come and compete with us, we're going to make sure you have the best time ever.
Well, it kind of shows. And I mean, I did see, you took Stan over. Yeah. Because he's going to come on the podcast shortly too.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
But
I can get into some deep detail about, you know, elites and stuff like that.
Well, I remember seeing Stan years ago at the IFBB. He's an anomaly. He's like muscle on top of muscle. He's a very muscly guy, right? Yeah. When I saw him, like, and he's... When he competes, when I first saw him, I go, God, that guy looks angry. But he's also built like a staffy.
Yeah.
He's built.
Yeah, stocky, yeah.
And
so he came over, Ariel came over, and Heidi in the bikini. So we had three in the pro show.
But when I saw the show, the Koreans are massive, man.
Look, man, Stan held his ground there.
No, Stan held... Well, I know how big Stan is.
Yeah.
When I saw the Koreans next to Stan too, I said, these Koreans are big.
Yeah.
What is it about Korea with their bodybuilding?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's genetics, right? The tiny, tight waist, not paper like skin, quad sweeps like for days, you know what I mean? Little joints. So they're genetically gifted in a way. So to speak. But
wow, but I tell you what, I was watching the shows and I was very impressed. Look, how do you guys put something so big together? Like all of you, like how do you do it? Because I mean,
Maria does it, but
the track suits, the this, the that.
Yeah, look, honestly, it's a rat race. Last minute thing, like not last minute, like close to the last minute. Like I'll be telling Maria, we need to get everyone tracksuits. I remember when Stan was going over, and who else? We had a few other people going over to Korea. I was like, everyone needs a tracksuit. I don't care if you don't pay for it, I'm paying for it, but they all need it. Get onto it straight away because we all need to travel with the same tracksuit. So we make sure it's it's an event that that everyone will remember, so to speak. And we go there as a team. You know what I mean? So
Well, I don't know. I think you're beating a loud drum. I'm actually seeing it. I mean, a lot of you people are coming on this podcast at the moment.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think there are certain. I think there's a few federations that are doing great, and I think some are complacent and need to raise the game. I think people like you are shining a light on the sport, and I think many people are interested in what you guys are doing, how you're doing it.
it's just opportunity, right?
I think it's good. I think, I can see it. I mean, like I said, and there's also some good natural comps doing a pretty good job as well. Everyone, I think it seems like
Fitness is always huge, and it's getting bigger and bigger by the day.
it is.
Yeah.
When's the next NABBA show?
June. So June is New South Wales, and we got it booked in back to back. So you'll do June. That'll be like a one show format where you come in there, you qualify, then you can go to the amateur show in Korea. That's the week later. Then the week after that is UK for the Worlds. So it's like back to back weeks.
And one show in Sydney.
Yep.
You can fly in anywhere from Australia.
Yeah.
Come in, compete.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then maybe join the team to come to Korea. And then if you want to do the 3-leg, do that, do Korea, do the Worlds in the UK.
Wow.
And all in a space of 2 weeks. So I think we're putting something together, like a package together where if anyone's interested in that, this is what we're going to do. That's a big 2 weeks for everyone. So, looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Well, let's answer some people's questions here, mate.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
This is going to be great.
All right, it is going to be good. It's going to be good. I've got my pen and paper ready.
Yeah.
Okay. What got you into fitness?
Oh, look,
I think we answered that question.
Yeah,
But
we
don't
pretty
say-
much, we pretty much answered that question. But
Being, what was it again? How many kilos?
58.5, I think I was, or 57.5, but at 19, very young. But yeah, like my brother was actually training like earlier than me at home, and like he put on some good size. I was like, yeah, I want to go do this, and this is where I am today. Wow, imagine if I didn't start training, where I would be today. I don't know. This would be a whole different avenue, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't be here talking to you, that's for sure.
Yeah. My brother was doing it.
Yeah,
Had put on good size.
yeah.
All right. That was from V.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
VG00881.
My good friend V, she's awesome.
V.
Yes.
I think she had a few questions, mate.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Another question by V.
Yeah.
Who inspired you? Who inspires you the most in life?
Obviously, that would have to be my dad, right? Like, I think I get a lot of this, especially with Big Time Friday, from my dad. He was always very, very giving. And in doing the same industry that I was in, I did my apprenticeship with him. Always doing work for family, friends, for free. And then even when I was growing up as a teenager, I'd have all my friends over. I was like, before we go, I was like, no, sit down, you eat this. It was like inviting my friends over. I was like, no, invite your friends over, come have a barbecue. And he just always wants to give. And I never forget, we were sitting in the garage one day, just before he went out. And obviously money's hard to come by, but he's like, he'll come in the garage. And we're not rich, all right? We're definitely not rich. But my dad would hand out $50 bills, like $50 each, go have a good time. You know what I mean?
Wow.
What a heart, you know what I mean? And he's still like that today, even though he might complain about it. It's like, I did this for this person today, but, he didn't say anything to me. But I think he's kind of like expecting something back now. But still, at the age of 80, he's still doing the same thing, looking after his neighbours, looking after everyone. So I think, if anyone that look up to is him. And he worked hard his whole life, like I said at the start. Not much English, couldn't write English, started his own business, made a decent living for himself. My mum hardly worked her whole life, so he did pretty well. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Why was competing a dream for you?
It's funny, like it probably wasn't a dream until I was 34, 35. And obviously I used to look up to, I used to, on the wall at home in the home gym, I used to have, Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman, and I'd watch all the videos and stuff like that. And I just wanted a wide back, and you'd always keep flexing in the mirror. I was like, when am I going to get this wide back, do everything wide grip? And then after the first time stepping on stage, it's like, I love this. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah. What was it about the stage? Everyone says they love the stage.
Yeah, man. I just feel like I was at home.
Really?
Always smiling. I know people get nervous, but when I'm on there, it's like, man, I did 5 months of dieting for this. It's like, yeah, let's get this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Hey guys, Steve here. Muscle Talks podcast. Just a quick shout out to one of our amazing sponsors, Macro Foods. You know how I feel about food. Food is very important to me. Macrofoods.com.au. Go check them out. And to get that little bit more off the price, use code MTP10 to get 10% off all your orders. Frank Ayub.
Fran
Fran Ayub.
No,
Sorry, Fran Ayub. Yep. What's your favourite Macca's burger?
She knows I don't eat Macca's. That's why she asked that question.
The nun burger.
Yuck.
The nun burger. Okay, now we know why they're all taking the piss out of you.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
They know me well. They know me well.
Well, in a way, some people have repeated the question, but we'll just Mario,
Yep.
who inspired you to start training?
Well, did I answer that one? But that one's a...
But who is there someone like inspired you?
Not really. I think once I got into training...
You said your brother inspired you.
Yeah, no, yeah, look, yeah, he did because he was already training years before I did.
So I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Brother.
Then after once I got into it, obviously then you start looking at all the Olympian guys. And he's like, yep, I want to be that guy, you know. But obviously genetically you're not going to get there ever.
It's exercise, yeah. What's the story behind Be Kind Friday? How could you put it in one word?
I think it's spreading kindness within the community, getting people to reconnect with one another, and spreading one message of just being careful of what you're saying to people and how you're treating people, because we don't know what people are going through. So the message is always lead with kindness first.
People.
We need you need one of those ladies here. That's...
I know. Start. Where's Chris? Fuck no. Where's my PA?
That's what you need.
I know, mate. Trust me. I want to get there one day. I've always wanted a PA and a driver. Yeah. Maria said, "Why do they call you?" Or she calls you pants down. Pants down.
So we went to Korea at the start of the year. I was like, because always like everyone says, "Oh, you got great legs." So wherever we go, I just pull my pants down and do like a leg flex, and we take a photo. So whether it be on stage or on the street in the middle of the road, it's like, "Oh, let's take a photo here." So I just drop my pants and take a photo. Yeah. It was fun. But you know what? At the end of the day, we all not we all did it, but obviously the two competitors, I remember Cooper stopping in the middle of the road. There's some great shots in the middle of Korea, taking photos, same as Ariel. And you get people walking past, like, "Ooh, look at here." It was good. It was good fun. And I had to get in on the action, even though I wasn't competing, but yeah, it was good. Pants down, Pat, eh?
Oh, that's funny. Okay, that one there, and I'm just making sure we've covered. I've got 2 more questions, and I think we're done. Just making sure.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just getting a bit thirsty here. Let's,
the Alka Power. Get in there, mate. Well, Steve from Alka Power had a question from Alkaline Water. Steve Alka Power. How do you find training now that you are using the Alka Power to hydrate yourself?
Well, I must say, my whole entire family drink Alka Power now. We don't even leave the house. If we're going on holidays, we pack the boot with enough Alka Power for us to last our trip. Look, if you know what's in your tap water, what gets put in your tap water, how the inside of your pipes look like that lead to your house, the PFAS that come out this year, obviously it's been in there for decades. These forever chemicals, heavy metals, toxins, fluoride, chlorine, all the rubbish. That's why you choose Alka Power. It's clean, it's crisp, pH of 9 to 10, great for information.
Great for muscle building?
Yeah, primarily the body's made up of 60-70% of water. So for hydration, this is where you have it. And I remember Steve saying a few times, like, you could have a whole bottle of normal water and you could just have half the amount in Alka Power, give you the same amount of hydration.
Well, 60 to 70% body water.
Great product.
And what percentage?
60 or 70%.
No, what did you say? You only need what? How much?
Oh, half the amount.
Half.
For the same amount of hydration compared to normal water. 'Cause a lot of the times, you're buying filtered water and stuff like that, but it's nothing. It's nothing water, I'll call it. Yeah, but this is the best. Yeah.
Okay, and one more question from Steve from Alcohol. What's your favourite go-to cheat meal?
Used to be pizza. I love Lebanese chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, charcoal chicken. I think that's it, really. Like, I'm pretty plain Jane type of person. I'll eat anything, right? I'll eat anything.
You look like you would.
Yeah, I'm not fussed. But cheat meal, yeah. Is that even a cheat meal? It's grilled chicken, man. It's not even cheat meal, right?
Is the pizza still got pizza?
Yeah, pizza, yeah.
Pizza.
The Napolitana pizza. For those people who don't like it, anchovies, you suck. Anchovies kick ass.
You like with anchovies?
Of course.
Yeah.
Napolitanas with anchovies and Kalamata olives. It's the best. Nice and salty. Then you wash it down with the Yarka power. Just push that water in there to accommodate that salt from the anchovies. Yeah. The wok pizza, mate. The wok pizza. It's got to be wood fire too, None of this Pizza Hut and Domino's rubbish,
I love it. It's great.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think we've answered.
Covered it all?
Yeah, we have. Beautiful on Friday. So, just going through my notes.
Yeah, sure. Can I just say too?
Please.
I've been with the guys at Global Nutrition who obviously distribute.
Yeah, let's talk about Rule 1 and why they haven't sponsored Muscle Talks yet.
Look, they're an amazing bunch of people. I've been with them.
I thought you owned or you distributed Rule 1. I'm sure many people did because I reached out to you.
So many people.
I reached out to you once. I said, hey, would you like to sponsor our podcast? And you came back with, no, come back yet. Still waiting for your reply.
I've had heaps of people like, so you own Rule 1? It's like, no, I don't. It's like, I'm just an ambassador. But everyone thinks that I either work at a supplement store or own a supplement store or own Rule 1. But I've been with them for 5 years, and I must say, like, these guys are fantastic. Look, it's not just you're an ambassador for us, that's it, do this. Like this year we went to they took us to the Fitness Expo, right? And they flew in ambassadors from all over Australia down. Not only they put you into like Novotel 4 nights, buffet breakfast every morning, pay for you every day to be there. Mate, they took us out for dinner. Is it the Meat and Wine Co?
Yeah.
And that's an expensive place, right?
Yeah.
It's an expensive place. And, the steaks are not cheap. And then they still saying, look, whatever else you want to order, you order. I was like, they really look after you and they really value every single member. And like, I remember I sent them a message. I said, man, you guys are awesome. We're not just a number. You know what I mean?
How nice.
And we're family. And look, not only do I love the product, man, they're actually nice people to deal with, And if there's anything that I ever needed or anything, I was like, guys, could you hook me up with this and we'll have a chat about it? Like, yep, and just open up avenues. I remember having my 40th, 4 years ago. And I said to Nick, and Nick looks after all the ambassadors, I said, look, I really want to give, as a bomboniere at my birthday, a shaker to 70 people and some samples. So he sent me a box of 70 shakers. So everyone got a shaker and some samples in there, and that was my gift to them, which was great, because it was like a bodybuilding birthday where we had competitions where you go up and do posing and people won gifts and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Rule 1, mate, great product. Been with them for like 4 or 5 years, and I'll be there for as long as I can. Love them.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
get in contact with them.
No, I have been. They've been wonderful.
They're really nice people.
No, they are. They're
really,
wonderful.
really nice.
And also, the thing I like about them is...
the owner has actually brought out a new vodka too, 99 bullets.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty classy stuff. So,
really?
yeah.
I like vodka.
Yeah.
I might have to talk to him.
Maybe he can sponsor you with the vodka. Ian, if you're listening, 99 bullets for...
Who is it?
Ian.
Yeah, mate, why not? Come on, Ian. We can have the vodka sitting here somewhere.
We could drink.
It's a clean alcohol good for bodybuilders.
Yeah, honestly, when I go out, it's vodka and soda and lime.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's what I drink. Or vodka with ice, with a fresh lime and lemon in there. So we drink the same. I am. I look. I don't want to say. Was his 99 what?
99 bullets.
Yeah, well, I like...
They saved 1 bullet for the end.
Yeah. Well, like I said to you, I drink... I like Belvedere.
Yeah.
But I like a good vodka, so come on, mate. Let's sponsor us. Sponsor me. You two...
Why not?
You two... what's it called? Global Nutrition?
Global Nutrition, yeah. Come on. They're a distributor of a lot of products. Not only Rule 1, they do Finaflex, Evogen. They do... Yeah,
they're great. All right. Well, I mean, I've spoken to them, and the great thing about them is they do communicate well.
Yeah.
And even when I reached out to ask, it's not that they've said no, they've just spoken about where they are right now and what they're doing,
Yeah.
and when we can.
They always got their hands in something, so they're always
busy.
They're always doing something. So,
But yeah, but I like what I like is they're very professional. I like professional communicators,
Yeah.
especially in business.
Yeah,
I like them in general life as well.
Indeed.
All right, we're going to go over the body now.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a personal trainer for a moment.
Yeah.
It's going to be a body part,
Yeah.
one exercise, sets and reps. That's all. So in other words, traps, one exercise.
Oh man, they're simple shrugs.
Shrugs,
Yeah.
sets and reps.
Look, 3 to 4 sets. I try to just hold the squeeze at the top and slightly bent over when I'm doing the shrug. So it's not just standing up straight. So I hunch over a bit and just really squeeze the back. I think that's full foot traps. Yeah, that's my go-to. Yeah.
All right, we'll leave the sets and reps. You just tell us the exercise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delts, side delts.
Lateral raises, but raises with cuffs. So I think a lot of the times we put our emphasis on the grip itself if we're holding a handle.
Oh.
But if you get cuffs around the wrist, isolate that a bit more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rear delts.
I just use there's two. I use the rear delt fly or hunched over a bench. So probably 45 degrees, hunched over, and just pretty much bringing it up to the back with dumbbells. But yeah, hunched over the bench, or you can even just hunch over yourself. But the bench is a bit more supportive for that. Yeah, but really isolating. Like a lot of people go all the way to the backs, but if you're actually just using your rear delt, it's a very short movement. So it's just squeezing that part because we don't have to go all the way over here, right?
Yeah.
So it's just squeezing that, but once it's there, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Front delts.
Front raises. Look, a lot of times your front delts get trained when you're doing
Chest.
upper chest. Yeah, I think that's where I got a lot of my growth in my front delts. But look, just simple plain front raise with the barbell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back.
Best exercise for back. Look, would have to be just a simple row, and the same thing is we don't concentrate on form. We're not swinging our whole entire body to make sure we're pushing the weight back, right? Because obviously, what are you working there? Your lower back. And then same as bringing the weight all the way to your chest, a lot of the times using your biceps, right, to bring that all the way back. So make sure you're just engaging your back and your lats only. So you might even not get that far. You might just get halfway, but that's your lats. The rest you bring it back. You're doing your biceps, right? So make sure you're doing the exercise right.
God, I better be paying attention to that this week. Chest.
Incline. Always start off with incline bench. Yeah. I think, look, your chest is always going to sit, right? So if you want to work that top part, it's always going to sit. And on stage, if you're competing, you're going to make sure that top part is full. Because the bottom always gets worked, right? But that top half is always start off with that. Nice, heavy.
Bicep.
This is a variation for me. There's not one single movement because we can just go back to the old school and just a barbell, right? But then now my wrists are sore and I'm getting old. So it's a combination of cables as a curl and even reverse curls. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tricep.
I'd say cable crossover for that. And just coming down and squeezing to a point. Like even when you're squeezing down to that point, there's always a little bit left. So it's like a double action. Down and then really come out, and even you have to flick your wrist back a little bit and hold, and it's a slow, maybe 2-3 second release, then come back down and make sure you're flicking those wrists down and getting that last motion. Yeah.
Okay. Forearms.
Don't train them.
Okay. Abs.
Funny you say this. I only started training abs 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
During contest prep, I'd do them from like 8 weeks out.
Yeah, a lot of people don't train them.
Yeah. No,
I used to train them, but no, everyone says not. They don't train them.
I started, just because I'm getting old.
Okay. Quads.
Okay. For me, honestly, I'm probably my strongest body part. I'm my quads, and I think the leg extension for me has always been killer. And loaded, nice and heavy, but very, very slow coming down. Very, very slow. And same thing with the tries. When you're up the top, there's a little bit more. So as you get up there, push that little bit more, hold, and then come back down. You'll notice that there's a bit more up the top there. Even if you have someone spotting you, once you get to that range, let them help you just give it a little nudge up a bit further. There's a little bit more left in the tank there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hamstrings.
Lay down curl. Same thing, squeeze, tight. Hamstrings are a big part. Same as your adductors in growing legs, right? I think everyone lacks hammies, and lats adductors. You work those two body parts, those two muscle groups, you get a much bigger look, right? From the side, from the front. So adductors and hammies, but yeah, lay down curls, but same procedure with the extensions. It's heavy, squeeze up the top, and it's a slow release down. But make sure you're not hyperextending at the end. I hate that. If you've got to stop on the end there, stop it a bit further up instead of going all the way to the back.
Yeah, it can be dangerous.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
Glutes?
I don't. Oh, actually, I started doing kickbacks a couple of weeks ago, but normally I don't train glutes.
Okay,
you know what? I found that's weird. Like back in the day, I used to do a lot of obviously squats and leg press, and I had decent glutes. But then coming to the stage when I was 35, I had like old man's ass and saggy skin on the bottom. I was like, maybe I should have trained with more glutes.
We need you. Please film us doing you hip thrusts and your kickbacks, mate. We'd love to see it. Calves?
Interesting one. Let me just say this. All right. 25 years of training calves, I don't think anything's changed. I don't think we have this conversation in the gym all the time. Yeah, but that's 25 years of training calves. Like I've tried everything. Heavy, high rep. I even do heavy reps now. I say maybe 6 to 8 heavy reps, and then I'll walk around the gym on my tippy toes, like up. And that's in between. So I'm just smashing them. Nothing's changed.
They look pretty good though.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Wow. Well,
except for like if you see V, the one that asked me a question, he's got mad bloody calves. So I need to do a swap.
The only thing I tell you, I have improved my calves.
Yep.
And mine were stubborn Greek ones.
Yep. How?
All right. I use actually the Joe Cutler principle.
Yep.
Now he said, firstly, when you train when you train legs, first exercise.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you why first exercise.
Weak body parts first.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why first. Firstly, I divide my whole leg up. But let's just say when you go train legs, predominantly what people do is they train quads. Yeah. They train hammies. Yeah. And on the way out the door, they do calves.
That's me.
No, but that's why your calves.
Maybe you just onto something here. Maybe
so the thing is because you do calves first.
Yeah. All your energy.
You're not walking out the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
So calves always. So even training forearms for people. Yeah. It's out the door. Abs out the door. Yeah. But. So Jay Cutler said he trained calves with always first with legs and twice a week. Yeah. Right?
I might try that. Actually.
And lastly, what do you call it when you extend down the bottom? Yeah. Sit there. You have to sit there.
I tore my calf in 2018.
Well.
And I was doing a stand-up calf raise, right? And I went past that point and bang, it was like 8 by 12 centimetre tear in my calf.
Well, I haven't torn mine. Yeah. But he says to sit there.
Yeah. And just stretch it right out.
And even Brett Contreras said, and someone else said, did you know, let's say you didn't go to the gym. You didn't go to the gym. You didn't push weights. You just stretched. Yeah. The stretching actually helps the muscle grow because when it contracts, it contracts back. So there's an element
stretching,
of
stretching still tears.
So, but you got to be careful. But stretching is so. What I learned was calves at the beginning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Twice a week.
Makes sense.
Not walking out the door.
Yep.
Calves.
Yep.
And the stretch at the bottom.
Yep.
So, and I treat it like every other body part. It needs to go heavy. You got to go progressive overload. Yeah. But because you're not walking out the door, you do it properly. Yeah. I've just noticed, and I did it I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I have seen a growth. Yeah. Yeah. Right, but I didn't have great calves, so if you look at them now, you're going to think they still don't look great, but they're better than what they were.
It's like,
but we always worry about that. Yeah. Tibialis?
Where is it?
That's on the front of the calf.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Well, unheard of.
All right, well, time to promote yourself. Where can we find you? Tell us what you do. Or tell us all your stuff.
Look, obviously online from my Instagram page, Pat _.
Who's the guy in the photo?
Who?
In your homepage?
You don't know who that photo is? You should know this. It's Dr. Peter McCulloch.
Dr. Peter McCulloch?
Yeah, you don't know him from America?
I don't know, but I've heard the name.
Yeah, definitely. So here's one during COVID where he'd come up with a lot of stuff. Then he come out to Sydney, and I made sure I went out to see him. So that's my prized possession right there.
So
I seen him and Dr. Pierre Corey. He ran the FLCCC, like the Frontline COVID Alliance, where he would do like prescribing drugs for COVID and make sure everyone was well. So they were two big stars for me. So that's my photo. But you can find me Pat _Jimmy's Life or on the Instagram page at Be Kind Friday. They're my two spots you can find me. Or you can find me training at World Gym Gregory Hills.
There you go. Well, Matt, I want to say thank you so much for coming in. It was a great conversation, bro.
It was. We could go for days.
We could go for days. Well
Thank
done.
You, Steve. Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. Hey guys, another podcast done with another wonderful guest. They're all greats, no matter who they are. To continue what we're doing and to keep supporting you and bringing the very best, if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, press like, it only helps us to grow this channel even further. We really appreciate the support, and to go and find more all around the world. Bring them here to Muscle Talks podcast and share real, raw and honest conversation around a sport we love, bodybuilding. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for watching all podcasts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking.